All right, here we go. It's Game Day Live. I'm Sam Mays, and we are live at Okie Tonk Bar and Grill in Moore, Oklahoma. I've got a group with me. Wes is somewhere around the bar. He'll be here shortly. Mark is on his way in. He was on Channel 5 this morning with Brian Keating. Good to see him doing a little double duty. But, man, I'm fired up for this one. We just had, I think we're getting ready for the kickoff. And I'm ready. I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair. I think we're going to be white-knuckled for 4 quarters of football. For those of you guys out there that have joined us, thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be a cool thing that Mark and I do for the foreseeable future. We're going to join you on this small screen as we all watch on the big screen. And they had kicked off. Gabriel's under center, and here we go. I'm fired up, man. This is going to be a great weekend of college football. We've got the Cowboys coming up after this game against the Baylor Bears there in Waco. We got Tulsa at home with Cincinnati. It's going to be It is going to be a great day of football, no doubt. That's what you want to see in the first play of the game, no doubt. Oklahoma off the left side of that offensive line, Eric Gray looking the part. Big-time first down run already in play number 1. Running the football is a must if you're OU just because of the way the defense played last week. You want to give those guys a chance to kind of work their way through some things, figure out some things to the sidelines, catch their breath before you turn it over. They had too many drives last week that just – we're too short, 45 seconds, minute and 15 seconds. When you have a defense that's trying to figure things out like Coach Venables and Ted Roos is, it is imperative that the offense can stay in the field, run the football, and give these guys a chance to kind of get themselves together. No way we're going to call this a fumble, right? I can't believe that they called that a fumble. I can't imagine this is going to stick. I can't imagine this is going to stay as a fumble. You guys, we encourage you to comment. So make sure that you are hopping in the comment streams. That is Wes Sims. Are they going to call that a catch?
I'm going to go with please no.
Does he make a football move? He kind of does. He
was in the act of a football move.
That's the last thing you want to see if you're Oklahoma. You do not want to start this game with a turnover.
Hey. Caught it. Got a hand on the ball.
It's a great play.
Stop.
Zach Pierce says he made a move. He made a football move. Yep. Well, rough start for the Sooners. Here comes the defense that had their asses kicked last week. There's no doubt about it. All 3 levels got beat up. Taylor Martinez played the best game of his entire career. I think you and I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes Oklahoma could have helped themselves if they would have
Every time I see a highlight of Martinez, it's a different touchdown he scored last week.
Right. Every single clutch play, whether it was 3rd and 4 he needed to get or 3rd and 15 he needed to get, he found a way to do it through the air on the ground. It was an exceptional performance by him. They can't allow Duggan to get that hot. No. Like, as good as Martinez played, if Oklahoma punches him in the mouth a couple times early, he probably doesn't get to that level, right?
Right.
But instead, he gained nothing but confidence play after play after play in that first quarter. By the time the second quarter got there, there's like a Mario brother grabbing the star. I mean, he was unstoppable for the next 3 quarters of football, even coming down to the final play of the offense when he just, a 40-yard scramble at the end of it. He was fantastic. He was everything they needed him to be.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, every play. I mean, he, like you said earlier, he was in Stutzman's head.
He was definitely in Stutzman's head.
He got inside of us a little bit.
And then look, you and I are former offensive linemen. The difference between a starting offensive line full of sophomores and one full of seniors is, it's like a C-130 that you put guns on.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like weaponizing. It's like weaponizing your offensive line when they become seniors and old, and we have the knowledge of the game. And
yeah,
I can't just say that
they know what's coming.
Yep. They're not panicking.
The communication is the biggest thing.
Absolutely.
As you have guys their first year, they just listen because they don't want to. They don't want to say the wrong thing.
Right.
So they're listening to everybody else, and then they become more valuable as time comes on because they're making the plays or making a correction, or they see the shift pre-snap when the center's head's down and you're on the road.
Right.
They can make adjustments on the fly.
100%. Like the difference in, for me as a sophomore and a senior, if we get up to the line of scrimmage and the 3 technique has moved 2.5 inches either way from his normal positioning.
Yeah.
We are screaming from the top of our lungs along the line of scrimmage, watch the game, watch the game, watch the game. And what it does is just alert everybody there with you, all the guys with you, that something different might happen here, right? There might be a twist or something's going to happen in front of us. Just be ready for it. And just that simple knowledge. We don't know what's going to happen, but we know something is going to happen.
Anytime you see a 3 technique that's up on the ball with all his weight on his hand the whole game, and then the next play he's a step back and his weight's on his feet, you know he's coming around.
And you would think, as a senior,
I know my defensive end's going to crash this gap.
100%.
So, I mean, you figure that out after a while.
And, and it's really not even that subtle of a thing. But as a sophomore, you're so caught up with, one, the guy across from you physically could be better because, you gain strength each and every year. Two, you're worried about your assignment. You're worried about all the other little things that you're not noticing the details in front of you. As a senior, completely different. You know what you're doing. You know where you're going. You know who you're blocking. Now it's like, how can I be an asset to my team? How can I be the aggressor here in the line of scrimmage?
Right. 3-man front.
I hate those sideline passes.
Oh.
I get why they do them, but I hate them.
Yeah.
There's just no fun. Go forward. Move forward with the ball.
Just suck those cornerbacks in a little bit. They're playing deep. There we go. Like to see a little gang tackling.
Absolutely. Yeah, when we watched them last week, so many people were, they did this and they did that. And I'm like, man, I think they played pretty good, for what they know. You know what I mean? Like they're young in some positions. The linebackers still trying to figure it out. I mean, the effort was there 100%. Like that's what I mean by they went out there and played. They just got their butts beat. Yeah. Like I didn't assess this team as not working hard or not trying hard or showing up lackadaisical. Like how many times have we watched Lincoln Riley teams show up and just get their butts kicked because, heck yeah.
Here we go.
And chicken and waffles. That's perfect. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Chicken fried steak, chicken and waffles.
Yeah. Shout out to Okie Tonk. This place has got incredible food. One of my favorite places to eat. Oh, throw the flag.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
You hate to see it.
You know what I do like to see?
What?
Somebody on him. That's a big step up. We're heading in the right direction here. Yeah, the only way he doesn't catch that pass last year is if he trips before he gets to the end zone.
That's incredible.
Hey, I like it. Hands on, he's there.
If he turns around and looks for the ball,
all he's got to do is look.
Yeah,
that's great. I love seeing that. He's in the mix.
He turns his head. His body's in better position. And that ball, wasn't even really catchable at that point.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what is that?
Uh-oh.
Oh, what an incredible play by that kid.
Yep.
What an incredible play by that kid.
They just throw it to the taller guy.
So this is right. And this is a trust thing here. Like when you got a receiver like that can go up and play bully ball. Did you notice how he lofted that ball up there? Like that's not even a football throw.
Yeah.
Like I know what I've got and I know what they've got. I think he's going to go make this play. That's a 50-50 ball he threw up there to this kid. Yeah. And look at the size difference.
Yeah. And he got, 6'3", 4 receiver? I mean, that's a big guy.
Alec Cassidy, since it happened in the end zone, should it not be put on the 2-yard line? In college, is only a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
So
it's not a spot foul.
It's almost if you're going to get beat in the end zone and you're 30 yards out, 20 yards out, you're better off just going ahead and grabbing the guy than not. So yeah, only a 15-yarder here in college.
Yeah, college, that's a great play anytime the guy's open like that and you tackle him.
Right.
Because it's 15 yards and not on the 1 or 50 yards downfield.
What I got? Check out my Exorcist cup here. Can you see that? That's fantastic. I love it. Got a little Bailey's action. I had too many last night with the with Brittany. We got a little weird.
I'm going peanut butter and butter with my chicken and waffles.
Watching Wes Sims eat these chicken and waffles is going to be an experience that you guys are not prepared for. I promise you that.
It's going to get a little weird. Don't get too close.
I appreciate you coming out.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. Game day with my buddy.
I mean, you had me at food and drinks, but.
Right.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Another slow start for Oklahoma.
You know, we like to start off on defense and let them score. So here we go. It's gonna be tough to make any adjustments off of that. That was,
The Venables press conference this week. He was, I tweeted out afterwards, just like if you want to know how your team is doing and what to expect, just listen to that guy talk. Like he's telling us the truth,
Yeah.
And I think when you consider what the defense that they ran a year ago and how much it was run from the sidelines,
you got to teach a lot of these guys how to play football.
100%. Like they're
about.
relearning how to play defense as a team. And that takes some time. We get so caught up in the time that we are away from football as fans. It seems like we're away from football forever. The reality is they got, if you're lucky enough to have a bowl game, you get a couple of extra weeks of practice and pads. But you got to think from the time that your season ends to the next one starting, you got 2 weeks of bowl practice, maybe 4 weeks of padded practice in the spring, 4 weeks of camp. That's 10 weeks, y'all. So he's had to install an entire new defense with, 40 new players who a year ago were looking to the sidelines to be told which direction to slant. Like, that's just not a lot of time. And so when you consider the job that Venables has got in front of him, not only this season, but moving forward, he's talking about, this is what I mean, like by foundational pieces. He's putting in cement blocks for this team. Like they're starting from the very, very bottom. So I love your demeanor. Like you're a former player and I get it. Like but there's no reason to get,
we always expect a lot. And I picked this team to lose 2 games at the beginning of the year. And hopefully it's not these 2.
Right.
Because then there's a chance to lose a lot more. This league as a whole is a lot stronger than it's been in a long time. And we got teams 100%. That can play both sides of the ball now.
Right.
Like Baylor, unbelievable. Last year, Oklahoma State.
Right.
And
Iowa State consistently.
Iowa State's always playing solid on both sides.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get back to that. We got all the horses. We got the right guys calling the plays. We just got to get these guys to come together, and it might be a year. They need another year with Schmitty.
Yeah.
I mean, look at them. They don't look like they used to look.
Right. And they'll get there. There's no doubt.
There.
Oklahoma's recruiting class already great. Look at this.
Look at this guy here. Is that Billy? Uh-oh. We got a flag.
That was a weird hit. I wonder how that hip feels there.
Kind of a.
Yeah, like
pick
that.
Pick him up and stretch him out a little.
Yeah, he's going to have some real. Like that's a hip flexor. Or,
right.
Yeah.
Schmitty will shove some smelling salts in his face. He'll be fine. He'll be back.
I love the smelling salts, man.
Schmitty used to put a handful of them in a water bottle and come squeeze that thing right in your face.
Oh,
yeah.
Yep. That camera's right behind your head.
Okay.
No, you're just fine. Thank you.
This is Madison.
Yeah, Madison. You got to come wave. You got to come introduce yourself. This is Madison.
Yep.
She's going to be
come say hi.
With us the entire time. Hey, you're all right
come
there.
Down and see Madison.
It's going to be a good day.
She started off with coffee.
I had some early complaints about there being no one wearing OSU stuff, and she said, "Oh well, deal with it."
Yeah,
basically,
deal with it.
That's how we started here.
Yeah.
So there's that. They will switch the lights though to orange when OSU starts playing this afternoon. Looking forward to that.
Hey.
All right, here we go from the 10.
All right. A lot of movement. Personally, I see that 3-3 defense.
And I just lick my chops.
Yeah.
100%.
That is hit your head on the goalpost, run all day.
All day long. And even in pass protection is exciting because I know that if my linebacker doesn't blitz as a guard, the first thing I'm going to do is look to my right and see what my tackle is doing. And he knows most likely I'm going to come try to put my face mask on that dude's hip.
Right.
And that you can really beat up a defensive line in a 3-man front like that if you can control themselves. I think this offensive line is better than they were a year ago. I think they'll improve each and every game this week. Already starting off doing pretty good. That was a huge wide pocket there.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you're playing guard against that is the best because you just get a free shot on either the nose guard
or the
DN.
Yep.
And if anybody comes, you see them coming.
And then when you got guys that, we used to call them gold-netted studs. So when you got dudes that on the defensive line that are elite, that are going to be a handful, it's those plays that you don't see, that guard hitting that defensive end outside the camera that really weigh down on those guys for 4 quarters. Now, because then all of a sudden his rush is not going to be as big as it is because he knows he's getting ready to get hit somewhere. You know, like he's thinking about you instead of thinking about the quarterback. Go ahead, Neat.
Is this the linebacker that's still down? He had all the equipment. He had the head,
the
neck,
fin
stop thing. I don't know what they call that giant thing now.
Right. You don't see him much anymore.
No.
Wes was actually Jeff Levy's host on his recruiting trip, which is cool.
Fun fact that if OU was a fraternity, he would have been my little brother.
That's awesome.
Uh-oh. That's a little excessive there.
I like Farouk. He's starting to flex a little bit. That kid will be
He's
good.
A player. And for those DraftKings fans out there, he's cheap.
Zach Pierce, you should have came out with their hair on fire. We used to blame that on Lincoln. You know, like
that's a freak play.
It's a freak turnover. You know,
you're basically in field goal territory at that turnover. They're going to come away with points, and we haven't not given up a touchdown on the first drive yet. So, and you're on the road, so you're already down 7. So let's just go ahead and get that over with.
Let's pull up the old. Apparently, Kansas State Martinez has already got a couple of.
You got to pull that in. That's a great throw and catch.
Who's that? Gibson. That's a big, tall, lanky kid there, isn't he?
Big kid.
He's good looking. Got to make that catch. Slow plays like that, you know, like you got to help your quarterback out. I mean, they hit him smack dab in the hands.
Gabriel's gotten a lot of flack. You know, he's missed a couple of open guys, but I mean, you can't have that.
Right.
We've had a lot of drops.
Good morning, Derek Rogers. Yeah, it's definitely not a great start. So, like that play right there, for example, Levy dialed one up, had the matchup that he wanted. The guy was open. The ball hits him in the hands, and they fail, right? And that's lack of execution more than anything. Like, that's not a bad call by Levy. That's not a slow start by the offense. It's just a lack of execution.
Gibson needs to get
Marcus
on the
right there.
Oh, there he is, the legend.
Oh, Mark, you are. Hey, what's up, buddy? How are you? We got it. Look, Kyle Swafford. We got celebrities in the mix. Go and wave to the. Kyle will be waiting till Texas plays tonight. I'll be holding his breath all day long.
I'll see you in Dallas.
There you go. There you go. You are number 2 on that board. If you want a minute and you can hang out. You're good. There you go. Nope, you don't even have to hit that. There you go.
Breakfast. Look at Wes. He got the diet plate today for breakfast. Yeah.
We're going to carve it up. We're got a big day.
I respect that. I love it.
Oh, yeah. The food here is awesome at Okie Tonk. Once again, big thank you for them to have us out today.
No, this is one of my favorite places. I love hanging out with Jim Fields. We got TK in the background here. So I highly recommend it. And like you said, we're going to be here for a while. So come down and watch the game with us today.
Absolutely.
Plenty of seats available right now.
Great place.
Slow start for Oklahoma. Bad turnover. I'm sure you were listening to it.
That's what we like. We like Duggan in 3rd and long.
We do like Duggan in 3rd and long.
Recipe.
Yeah. We like it until this dude takes his ball and scrambles for 15 yards that's what I'm concerned about here.
You know, the turnover margin is going to be big. Like, it's already +1 for TCU. If it gets to +2 or 3, that becomes it's not impossible, but it's a challenge at that point.
Absolutely.
It's a problem. On the road. Oh,
look at this defense.
I like it. Bringing the pressure. Got to
get there. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Well, just the confusion.
Yeah.
You know, bring it from the edge, dropping the backers back. Quarterback's got a lot of things to look at that point in time. And that was an easy pass to complete.
Right.
Just didn't get it there.
Why don't you turn your mic up just a little bit?
Sure. You got it.
Testing.
1 2 1 2 3.
There we go. Yeah, so we're good to go. Setup was smooth. I wasn't sweating as we got started today. I'm doing good. I'm feeling good about it all.
Coming after that a little.
Game day chicken and waffles. Top shelf.
Field position battle. You got to love this. Get a short field here. Gain a little confidence. It's not out of control. Just a 7-point lead for TCU. Not bad.
This is about where.
Yeah, we're live right now.
Where
Yeah,
they got it on the turn.
yeah. You can wave to the.
Hey, what's up? Come on in.
I like seeing an OU hat pop in here.
We put somebody on this headset anytime.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, man, I should start bringing a stick mic. That'd be cool.
Just walk around and interview people on their thoughts.
Yeah.
I got something for it. I'm really not an autograph guy, but I really think that I'd like to have this signed today. Sam, what do you think? This right here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
I was telling him about.
Show that to the camera. That's pretty cool.
When I first met Mark, he was running the
that's
Oklahoma
pretty cool.
Pigskin preview.
Young pup there.
Yeah.
Wes was. Whatever happened to Adam? Adam Doyron. He signed with Texas, a big recruit.
Yeah, he went to Texas, and that's what happens when you go to Texas.
I don't know. Yeah. We get a welfare check on him. So
I love it.
You got to love.
Wes. I think Wes was this big when he was 8.
He was that big in
Yeah,
8th
he's
grade,
not.
which is insane.
It's pretty impressive.
I didn't know how big I was going to be, and then in 8th grade it just stopped, and I was like, all right.
You were literally that big in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even imagine what that looked like on a football field. Like, did they have 8th grade pads for you, like the high school stuff, or what?
Yeah, you got to go get the high school stuff,
That's crazy.
but it was fun.
Oh, he's
I mean, like
better spot here.
kick off, run down there, tackle the guy, punt it, run down there, tackle the guy. That was the best.
That's fantastic.
It was like a cartoon. It was a lot of fun.
I do very much appreciate. This guy says TJ on the stream says I was there. I'm trying to butcher your last name. TJ
Where is it?
Palisano?
Yeah, Palisano.
You know him? Okay, very cool.
Yeah, his dad was the one of the track coaches.
I did get my Western Oklahoma prediction last night. 14-12 Elk City over Clinton.
Nice.
Watford got a young group of players this year. They're going to be better the next couple seasons.
They got a couple big boys that are a little older, but yeah, they got a bunch of young ones.
Those are a couple of inaccurate passes there by
yeah.
Dylan.
It's those little ones there, like that's going to move the chains, right? Like those are the plays that you've got to make. I very much appreciate Jeff Levy, and he's one of those dudes that he knows he's got to get Mims the ball 15 times. Like that's the no-brainer. So he's going to do it. He's just going to do it. Absolutely. And I love it. Force it to him if you can. He's a matchup nightmare for everybody out there in that field.
That's a 3-man front. I'm like, is that Walker out there on the field?
For the punt?
Oh, a big
Field goal.
bright. Oh, he's
Oh,
on
field goal.
Okay.
I was like, oh boy,
what's
that's
big boy doing out there? Oh, those are the wrong way. Big score. I gotta take a bite of this.
What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you. You doing all right? You know Ronnie Sam, don't you?
Hey, what's up, bro? You doing all right?
I'm skills dad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very cool. Yeah. Nice to meet you. How did you play last night?
They threw one pass. We played Capitol Hill.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
49-0 after the first quarter.
I got you. Was it homecoming? That was.
Capitol Hill.
Oh, for Capitol Hill. Yeah. Yikes.
It was terrible.
That's a tough.
1 for 1, 51-yard touchdown. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I was texting Mark. I don't understand why they let Capitol Hill in 6A.
We'll have to get you on here in a little bit.
Yeah, what's that?
Are you going to be here for a minute?
Yeah.
Yeah. We might actually give Wes a chance to go ahead and eat. If you want to sit down and pop on the stream with us.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, not yet.
Yeah. Not yet.
It's like, come
You
on
too.
in.
Man, I like the tie, though. The tie game this morning was solid.
Thank you.
Mark, you did look good this morning.
Thank you.
I honestly thought you might show up looking like that.
I just undressed in the car.
Nice.
It's-
While driving.
yeah. Well, no, I stopped here in the parking lot.
He's still a little greased up.
Yeah.
He's got the hair ready.
Oh,
Made
yeah.
sure nobody was in the vicinity.
I got some
This
Baileys
food
this
is
morning.
So good.
It's good.
I love little Baileys and coffee.
Yeah. Need the caffeine.
Man, I'll tell you what. I had one of the greatest high school games I've ever seen last night at Del City. Eric McCarty, that's committed to OU,
So good.
he made some incredible plays last night. They were down 10 with 1:33 to go, and they scored a touchdown the same play they did in the first half. 80-yard pass. to him out of the backfield. They faked it to him. The entire defense relaxes when he doesn't get the ball. They reverse rollout. Quarterback stops, hits him on the wheel for an 80-yard touchdown. They don't get the onside kick. And then Del City runs a play, which is a little shocking to me. He could have taken a knee, and then potentially try to do something at that point. But fumble on the first play. And then the second play of the drive, McCarty goes 50 yards through the defense and runs over. Has 3 guys holding on to him at once, breaks free, runs in for a touchdown. Del City somehow gets a great return, comes back and kicks a field goal to send it to overtime, and then McCarty scores TD, 2-pointer, game over, 34-33.
Unbelievable.
All those points scored. So we end up with 67 points when, with a minute 33 to go in the game, there was 36 points. So
wow.
That was a fantastic finish last night. But those two teams are great in Class 5A.
Wow. That kid is you sent me the huddle film last night, and I had a chance to kind of sit down and watch some of it. He sticks out physically. Like, that's when you talk about OU recruits, as soon as you put on the film, you should know that you should be able to point them out without the little circle or light or whatever. They just look different. That kid clearly has the athletic ability, but the instinct that he has is incredible. He's going to play offense at OU?
Well, he's a defensive recruit.
Right.
He has some offers. K-State has an offer out to him as a running back.
Okay.
So I went down and I stood next to him on the field after the game when he was doing some post-game interviews. He really doesn't look like he's even been in a weight room yet. And he's, his huddle has him at 6'3". The program has him at 6 foot, probably a little bit taller than 6 feet.
Okay.
I don't know that I don't think he has the speed to play running back, but he's got the instincts to do anything he wants on a football field.
Right.
So I can see him as a safety, in a 3-3-5. He's an outside linebacker, but man, he lit some people up. He has got the explosive hips, which is, what you need to transcend
100%. And the instinct stuff, you could see it on the film, as offense lines up and he's kind of looking at it. He's taking steps in the direction before the ball's even snapped. Like, he really knows it. Like, that's saying a lot about a kid at a young age where he's having success because of his pre-snap read, and week 6, week 5 in high school. I mean, he's impressive. He's an impressive kid.
See that K-State score?
What is it?
13 zip already.
I love K-State in that
K-State
matchup.
jumped up on them.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Sam and I've got a little wager going on for pizza.
Oh, I was duped into it because Mark showed up to do the show yesterday with an energy that was through the roof. Like, I was
Some
ready
people accuse me of juicing. Too.
It was fantastic.
Not at all. Not the case.
Like, I was trying to gather my thoughts and my notes, and I just finished my morning show, and he starts rattling off all this picks, and I'm like, yes. And he's like, Sam, you want in? I was like, of course I want in. I didn't even know what I was betting on. Ended up I was betting against him.
Oh. And I got a good start last night. 1-0.
Unbelievable.
Tulane. Not sure what happened. Dana Holgerson, for some reason, decides that he thinks it's smart to get the ball first in an overtime.
He looked disheveled. More than normal last night.
You know what, though, about Dana? And if I'm lying, I'm dying. He does look disheveled a lot, but there's always a good-looking woman next to him.
No question. Yeah.
Right.
He's got skills.
He's on to something. Oh, come on. Pressure.
Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Boy stuttered for half a second on that pass rush, and it made all the difference in the world.
Well, I think we're going to get to see how that got that wide open.
Yeah, I don't like that's a blown assignment here.
Yeah.
Well, Tay Barber is just one of another group of 2 or 3 dudes that they've got out there.
100%.
And he's better than Quentin Johnson statistically.
Right.
So he caught a lot of passes, one of the leading pass catchers in TCU history.
We talked a little bit earlier this week about TCU's the number 1 offense in the country right now. Duggan's the number 1 quarterback in the country statistically. And I'm just telling you, with teams like this, they're playing above their means right now. They are. You have to stop them from getting a quick start. This is literally the complete opposite of what needed to happen for Oklahoma, because TCU they believe all the things that are being said about them. Oklahoma needed to come in and prove to them that you're not that good. And now, who knows what's going to happen in this thing.
Oh. 2 players with an unsportsmanlike.
2?
Said 11 and something else. 15?
You ever played with an unsportsmanlike? Of course you did.
Yeah.
I hated it. I only got one in my whole career, and it neutered me. I was so concerned about getting another one. Like, it just sucks.
Yeah, it was.
As a lineman, it is tough. Once you get that first one.
Well, oh well. We were playing against Kansas, so I wasn't worried about it.
Who did you worry about?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. At that time, what was your biggest concern in conference? Right. There wasn't one. So you've gone through half of the chicken and waffles. How's the chicken fried steak?
Awesome.
Are you not getting in it?
I'm gonna get in.
Am I supposed to eat all this?
Yeah, you can go for it.
Yeah, their food here is really good. A lot of things on the menu, and Jim does a nice job of creating his own recipes, and a lot of the things are proprietary to him. It's not just like, hey, we're ordering this from the food distributor. So I recommend everything about this place.
I was going to share with Sam, but I don't know now.
Like, you have two dudes out there. Did you see it? I mean, just standing next to each other.
Yeah.
It's a complete misassignment.
It was bad.
They got to communicate back there in the secondary. That's the one thing that Buki Radley Hiles, I know we all don't care for him, and he made a bunch of mistakes, but that dude, in the pre-snap, he was absolutely out there yelling at everybody, communicating the entire time. Like, I felt like people knew what they were doing. You got to get a safety out there that's talking to these guys.
You know what Buki reminded me of? You remember like the 1980s, early 90s NBA, like the player coach?
Yeah.
Like a Bill Lambier type of guy.
Right.
Like, he's not going to give you much, but he's helping while he's out
He's
there.
helping out, and he was like
That's
that as a
what that
freshman.
was.
Like, the first time I saw him in spring, I was like, that dude knows what he's doing. Oh, stay on your feet.
We had a nice return. All right, put the track shoes on. I think this is what we're getting ready to. What's it going to take to win this game today, point-wise?
40 plus.
It's going to take more than 40, I think.
Yeah. I think my total was 85, 45-40 OU. But
that's 41-33 on it, and I'm sticking with it.
That's over the total in Vegas. I mean, I think this game's flying way over the total.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll make adjustments on offense.
Fly over the total.
We got to see what these young guys are capable of. Oh, nice.
That kid's tough.
Staying on his feet.
Take that all day.
Yeah, I think here in a few weeks, maybe even by next week, that offensive line is they're going to be doing some damage. I think you can just see how much cleaner it is already to start the day. They're all coming off the ball together. Look at that.
Smashing. It's a good play by him.
Yeah, it is.
He snuck through there. I'm going to finish this chicken fried steak off.
You should.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's that right there. See, that's what we're talking about.
Come on, man.
Like, that was the same narrative in the Kansas State game. Like, that moves the change there, and he had a guy there. They would have made the play. He's got to make those throws. He's got to make those clutch throws. Like, everybody loves the big deep ball. Everybody likes to see the big play down the field. The playing small ball a lot of the times is how you win these games. They're going to go for it here.
Oh, man. I don't like the design of that play. It was a linebacker did a good job of knocking one of the underneath guys off his route, but it looked like it was Dillon takes the snap, looks immediately at the running back coming out of the backfield, and that they cover that, and then there's just nothing really else there for him to do.
That B plan was not there.
We definitely don't want him rolling to his right. That looked really awkward.
Yeah. Yes, it did.
Good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Oh, good Lord. Off to the races, bro. He's got him.
Wow.
You know what? It's a bad start. It is not gonna work today at the podium to say we had a bad day.
No.
2 days in a row. This is significantly worse than last week.
Somebody that was not scared and more prepared. I mean, how fast is Duggan?
He's faster than Martinez. Like that dude's got,
He's
and I don't know
faster
that
than number 12 on our team.
That was what stood out to me on that run. You're right.
Like,
there was no closing
he's pulling
speed.
away from our DB. It's like, come
wow.
on. We got a clock on this guy.
Okay, texts are coming into me. The Dylan Gabriel stuff has already started.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to hit some of these open guys. That's a tough play to make. Left-handed guy rolling out to your right, trying to get set, throw across your body.
Like this was he saw this. He knew he was going to do that before the snap. Like that dude took that ball, read the play, and was like, see ya. Like it was game over.
Danny followed those linemen.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was over.
And once again, this is what we're talking about with veteran offensive fronts. Like it's tough. It's tough.
Dang. That is tough.
Wes, you want to hop up and we'll get Mr. Wassel in here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm not going to talk unless spoken to. I don't even know what's going on.
Come on, hop in over here in this seat. Yeah. Wes, you want to pop in behind us here? Thank you.
What's up, Ronnie? How you doing, man?
Ronnie Wassel here. He's the father of Steele Wassel. He's a Akron Zip commit, the starting quarterback of the Choctaw Yellow Jackets. He is an incredible young man. I've had a chance to train with him at the edge there in Edmond, and the growth and development from him in the last 3 years has been incredible. Great job, Dad. I mean, that's a good kid.
Appreciate it. Thank you for all the kind words.
It's a big game coming up this week. You got Deer Creek.
Huge game.
Which was the game that Deer Creek eliminated Choctaw from the playoffs last year. And so what do you think?
We've kind of been practicing, looking forward to that for the last couple of weeks. And it's going to be a great matchup. I think that Deer Creek has that move-in safety or DB from Alabama. It's going to be a great – our defense is very underrated, and I think that they're going to show some things. So we're ready. It's going to be a good game. I'm not full disclosure, I'm not a big fan of left-handed quarterbacks. Gabriel, he's got to show a little bit more touch in my mind. Understanding. Man.
Yeah, this is a tough start here. The energy level in the building is through the roof. Even you feel bad for some of these kids for OU. One, they're just young. They're trying to figure out different systems, all the things. The reality, though, is they go into every single game with that interlocking O and U on the helmet. And so it's, everybody's like, this is still Oklahoma, no matter who's on the field. So now the energy in the building is through the roof. TCU is playing unconscious because they got a 20-point lead. I mean, this is a tough place to be in for the Sooners. They have to battle themselves out of this thing. It's tough. There's 6 minutes to go in the first quarter still.
Well, that penalty is not pass interference. Well, at least one of them was. The other was illegal lineman downfield, which on that pass doesn't make a whole lot of sense for having somebody downfield, especially the center.
I feel like the two big plays that have happened against OU's defense has been alignment. I mean,
yes,
that secondary receiver on the right side was wide open, and then no one covered Duggan on that keeper. And it's not like he runs a 4.6. I mean, Duggan.
He looked like he did in that play, didn't he? Good Lord.
Made him look like it.
He took the edge. And the thing is, you're 100% right in the alignment, because once he took the snap, he knew what he was doing immediately. Like, there was no hesitation. He's like, cool. You're in the wrong spot. I'm going. Finally.
Got Drake.
There we go.
Drake Steve's getting involved. He's one of the most underrated players in the league, and they can't get him the football. He's got to be frustrated. Corey Warlick on the feed here says, damn, QB play is so bad. So bad. It's tough. He's in a tough spot. And there's no pressure.
The quarterback play, they moved in position. They didn't fail, or they failed on third down. They moved in position again and got stopped on fourth down. Are we not looking at the defense? The defense has been so far out of place, so
Right.
far been compromised today. This deep ball connection is not there. But the defense is the problem today. It's not the offense.
Defense definitely the problem.
Gabriel's always going to be compared to the guys that came before him, and he's never going to measure up to 2 number 1 draft picks and a guy that right now is in the running for the NFL MVP.
Right.
Not that. He's never been that. He wasn't that at Central Florida. He's not going to be that when he plays his last snap at OU. So I just think you got to get used to doing some things differently. Marvin Mims is good.
He's so good. Oh,
see, that's it.
Another one.
Again, that's inaccurate. He's got to hit those guys.
Yeah.
But
see, I'm on a little bit of the other side. I think that last week I think Gabriel had some good stats, but I think that there was massive moments that his touch, he could have hit a few, and the score could have been way different.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he had great stats last week, and obviously last week everybody's all over the defense, but I there are so many times at this level the quarterback has to make plays. They have to make plays, and today he's consistently overthrowing or not.
And
you
look,
settle down.
I think we have to give the kid some, like the position that he's in right now. Like I truly believe that playing quarterback at Oklahoma is one of the top 5 toughest jobs in all of college football. So keep in mind what everything that Mark just said, where he's come from, the things that he's done. So now he finds himself leading the Sooners with the most active and crazy fan base in all of college football. Can you imagine what every time he takes a snap right now, down 20, every single throw is the most important throw of the game for him.
Yes, sir.
He's got to calm himself down. Levy's got a relationship with him. This is when you wish that sometimes the coordinator was on the sidelines. I think some eye contact might be good here. They got to just get this kid dialed back in and get him back in the right headspace, because he's not even really being pressured that much. Like the offensive line is doing a pretty decent job.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't have it in front of me, but look how many times we've actually run the ball so far this first quarter.
I think that's the key.
Maybe 3 times.
He can get more comfortable in a game by running the football. It's okay to punt a little bit, but you're going to have to run the ball or come up with some schemes to do some things to loosen up the defense. It just doesn't work that way.
Right, and you got to stay in the field. Like I think Gray is in the right spot. I think that offensive line is in the right spot. If they came back out and you got to go double tight. You have to play a little bully ball here if you can. I haven't evaluated the TCU defensive front as unblockable by any means. Those guys are undersized. They're athletic, but I don't think they're mountains there in the middle like you're going to see in Waco this week.
That's a great point, Sam. Offense stay on the field, defense get off the field.
Yeah, right. And just figure it out. Get it?
Tough break there.
We're excited here at Okie Tonk.
Yeah, tough break when the OU fans are downing our punter. I think the defense is going to have to get a turnover or score to change the momentum at least. We got to get Mo on our side.
We got to have a stop here. You want to give up 4 touchdowns in the first 12 minutes of the game?
Yeah, this is the panic button should be being hopped on at this point.
It's a flag.
Good Lord.
It's going to be a flag again.
Yeah.
TCU's best offensive play has been Duggan lobbing it up.
And
there's been 3 flags and 1 touchdown and 2 long bombs.
He 100% is lobbing it up. Like he's just lobbing it up. He's like, my guy's better than your guy. How often do we see Oklahoma in that position?
Yeah, last week it was the defensive line that was really, the focal point. This week it's the defensive backs. It's the strength of the TCU team is the wide receiver core.
100%. They got 3 or 4 dudes that can fly. And the first touchdown, Mark, I know you didn't see it, but when we say lob it up, it was the most ridiculous 50-50 ball I've ever seen in my life.
2 straight times.
And he knows that he has an advantage on the edge.
That's good defense.
Yeah.
Hold on until somebody else gets there.
There are instances that we see that OU's defense is better at least making tackles. So, but the deep ball is still an issue.
Doyen says Riley's team would at least be able to outscore other teams in these situations.
Oh, did he really go there?
Yeah,
Did he
we
really?
have an okay offense
Really?
with a very inconsistent defense right now.
Well, I think that's Marvin Mims' first fumble in his career. So obviously, OU was snake bit the first series.
That really is his first fumble?
I think it.
Wow.
I think that's what they said.
Did that mean?
And they went to replay, and I still think that it was very questionable. He didn't tuck it in. You know, obviously the Dallas Cowboy fans with Des Bryant would differ.
Was he saying that he wished that he had Lincoln back?
He didn't go as far as to say that. He also said, great show.
Oh, almost a sack.
Ooh.
But that's a stop.
Yeah, get off the field. What's everybody drinking in the stream? Post your cocktails. We need to know. I'm going Bailey's right now. By the looks of this game, I'll be hitting tequila here in the next 10 minutes.
What
or
you got
so.
there, Was?
It's just Crown.
Okay.
Crown Neat. Oh, Canadian whiskey.
Ooh, what is?
We got to score here. We, as in Oklahoma.
What's recruiting like right now for Steele? He's committed to Akron. He's been committed to Akron for quite a while. I'm sure the phone's still ringing
Yes,
to a
sir.
degree. So how do you handle that as dad? There could be better offer coming up. He's having a good year. Not to say that Akron is not, a great place to go to school. So what's going on with that?
That's a great question. Thank you. But I've tried to stay out of the way. And, it's his life, his decision. He's been extremely less active on Twitter, which is obviously the new recruiting engine. Stanford has reached out for his transcripts, Mike Leach, everyone, but he's like the article on his the Power 30 that was, or the top 30 that Oklahoma did. They talked about his loyalty. He's pretty loyal currently.
Oh, good Lord. What are these cats doing, man?
Hey, and that is not a boomer situation with the PA because we were not at home.
What are they doing? I mean, he clearly didn't have an idea what the snap count was. He rolled out of that stance.
I'm not a fan.
You got to throw the ball away.
I'm not a fan of the offensive game plan so far. But going back to Mark's question,
Yeah. No
yeah.
visits scheduled or anything like that.
No, he's content and focused on the season this year. Obviously, he was a little bit injured a few weeks ago. He's back straight and we're ready to go. I think his goal is for his team and getting Choctaw the first go ball they've had in 60, 70 years. So.
Oh, we got people jumping ship, Mark. Terry Waitman says Sooner fans are getting a reminder why Venables was run out of Norman, and then they turn around and bring the idiot back.
Hey!
There you go.
Braden Willis, big weapon.
There you go.
Weapon. That's a touchdown.
Braden Willis.
You can't jump ship in the first quarter.
In the first quarter,
You can't jump
jumping
ship in the
ship.
first quarter. This is a long game.
I'm sticking with you guys.
Wes is doing the college fantasy stuff.
Sam, what is this? Can I ask?
That's some sort of butter that Wes put on. I think it's, what is this?
Oh, that's not yours?
Oh, no, this is not mine. That was going on the.
I thought that was some weird drink that you. I mean, that, and that. I'm not even know what.
Oh, yeah, this is like Wes's. Yeah, this is maple syrup. There's a dude in high school football that every time one of his linemen gets a pancake, they come up to the side and he's just got a thing of maple syrup and he just pours it in their mouth. They get a shot of maple syrup
that's
every
like
time.
That Buffalo Bills fan that gets all the condiments poured all over him.
Oh, that's not for me, man.
Yeah, I'm out.
Oh, no.
I mean, you have to have a shower near, right?
I don't want, if it's got to be one or the other, I'd rather have ketchup poured on me than mustard, but I don't want both. And I really don't want ketchup.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how you choose. That's not a touchdown.
It's not. Oh, yeah, he's out.
He's out the 1.5.
He's out. My dad tells a story. So my father went to West Point. So they, and the military academy, they're strict. Like, unlike Navy. Navy has a real college football experience, right? The military, Army is no joke. They treat those kids like cadets. So they were told during Parents Weekend, your parents are not allowed to bring any food to campus, right? We got a big dinner tonight, no food. So, of course, every parent.
Weekend or whatever.
Right. So all the parents bring food anyway.
Yeah.
So the punishment for them eating food was they had to drink the condiments at this meal. Everybody had to select the condiment, and they had to drink the condiments.
That's stupid.
Yeah. That's a different place.
But if I'm there, I might choose that situation with the penalty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
sorry, family.
Oh, yeah.
Or sorry, whatever. Bring me all my Cheetos.
The favorite, yes. I want some
Cheetos
grandma's lasagna. Bring that.
Yeah, exactly.
Flaming hot Cheetos. Now you're talking my language. That's good
exactly.
stuff.
I mean, they got to score here. I mean, literally have to.
Now we got people talking to each other in the stream. I like it.
Now, I haven't seen, but I heard that Major might be hurt and Barnes might be the backup to Gray. Have y'all heard? Marcus Major.
I haven't heard if he's nicked or not. The Barnes kid to me.
I haven't seen. That's what I'm saying. I haven't. Obviously, with the offense we've been doing,
right?
Like I said earlier, we haven't handed the ball off very much, but apparently Major might have got dinged up at the end of the game last week.
Yeah. Your game plan, you feel bad for any coordinator in this situation because the goal is to not panic, like Mark has been saying since he sat down. And so now, obviously, this is a much more manageable game at 20-10, and there's still a ton of football to be played. But those first 15 plays, what you scripted essentially just gets thrown out the freaking window here, right? So he's having to rethink what his game plan is going to be moving forward. I think now with a 20-10 lead, he might be able to get back to some of those things. We might be able to see Eric Gray run the ball a little bit more. The defense has got to show up in a big way here and get a stop and then let Levy kind of do what he does. Because if he can get that, because they're running the ball pretty okay right now. Like that, I think that offensive line is playing pretty well. They can keep that run game going. I think they'll be okay. At least this game is not going to be run away with. This is a huge moment for the defense.
In order to get the run game and make that relevant, they've got to get stops on defense. So it comes back here that's the big thing. I definitely don't think that you ever abandon the running game in the first quarter. Ever.
Right.
Especially with a quarterback that's been very shaky so far today.
Yeah, and unfortunately on that first drive that OU had when Mims, quote, fumbled, TCU in theory gets the ball both halves. So
yeah,
they're in a little bit of a backtracking situation.
If you guys in the stream could do me a favor and share this on your social medias, let people know we're doing it. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the comments already. This is going to be a great day of college football. Sooners down right now 20-10 here in the first quarter. How about Duggan? What a season he's having so far.
Well, the weird thing is with TCU's offense, not the last series, which was completely blown, but the one before that, Duggan threw it like 7 yards and dirted it, and the passes were way off. So I think if OU can force Duggan to throw the ball,
yes,
they're in a great shape because that second series before that long stupid run, he did not look very well.
There you go.
At least slowed him down and pushed him back inside. He didn't lose containment on that missed tackle.
David Lorenz says, I'm so glad I'm not listening to the broadcast, so I don't have to listen to RG3 talk about QB mechanics. That's fantastic. That's awesome. He's got the volume down just listening to us. That's pretty cool.
Hello, David. What's up?
Hello.
You know David?
David, yeah. David Lorenz.
You know David?
I do not. Do you?
I know David.
Oh, okay. I might know David. I have to see faces. The name sounds familiar.
David's just pre-gaming for OSU. He's getting ready for that.
See, any pressure on Duggan, he dirts it or throws it. I mean, but OU has been great on first and second down. And this is even to last week. OU was great on first and second down. Third down was just a wild ride.
Huge third down.
Massive for Oklahoma.
There you go. Oh,
See, I don't understand how you can be so good on first and second down and let down on third.
so
Like Stutzman way back there that's a deep linebacker drop.
Right. And initially he dropped great. Like he was right there in the right spot, picked the guy up, just was unable to turn his hips and run with him. Pretty easy first down throw for Duggan, who's gaining confidence, which is the last thing you want to see here.
It's frustrating when pressure almost gets there, they don't get home, and then a first down is made. And that's kind of been a theme all year for Oklahoma.
It's frustrating for us. It's even more frustrating for them. You know, as a defensive lineman, you're thinking, you know, we've done it. We've done what we need to do, and all of a sudden, you know, it's a 12-yard gain, and you're moving down again.
TCU just ran that play 2 times in a row.
Yep.
They don't. If you can't fix it, don't do it. I mean,
yeah, if it's not broken,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just keep going for it. I agree 100%.
That's what I was trying to say. Good job, Sam.
Man, I appreciate you joining us. We'll let you go here at the end of the first so you can sit down and really enjoy this.
I'm not going anywhere.
Just all kinds of, like, Woody Washington's supposed to be their best secondary member and leader of the team. I don't know what he's arguing. I mean, it's like you were riding him.
It's not good coverage.
That's definitely not good coverage. Like, these guys got to start looking for the freaking ball. Like, if you look for the ball, you're going to find yourself in a position that you're not going to be dragging the receiver down. Like, the second you feel that receiver start to look up and know that ball is coming, you need to do the same and become a receiver at that point. Oh, this is absurd. All right. Well, Ronnie, thank you for your time. We appreciate you, sir.
Wow.
Let the drinking begin. We'll bring old Wes back in. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You killed it.
Well, somebody's thinking like a lineman. I see a 3 down front.
Yeah, 100%. Run the ball.
What 3 guys do we think we have that we can do that with?
I don't know.
Well, the strength of the interior is the edge, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not traditional 3-man front edge players.
Right.
No.
And Ethan will be.
Yeah.
Like, he's headed that way. That dude is, yeah. But, you know.
I'd say Ethan is closer to a fullback than he is a 3 technique.
Yes.
He moves well. He's just, his frame is not built to withstand a double team or.
Yeah. I mean, if you put him in that 5 tech, you know, put him in a 7, let him play with the tackles and tight ends. He's more than capable of doing that. But moving towards the inside, Like you do that with him when it's 3rd and 16, and you want to throw a wrench in the guards, give him something a little faster.
More speed.
Yeah, but as far as living down there, he's not quite there yet. But I think the best version of him one day, Mark, might be a 270, 275, quick. That's a 3-4 defensive end or a quick 3 technique. I think he's got the length and the strength to do it. He's just young. He's just young.
It'll take him a while to get there.
Yeah,
It'll take a while to pack that much muscle on. In the first,
TCU's 13.
It's still the first quarter, though.
TCU's 13 yards shy of being on pace for a 1,000-yard game.
Good Lord.
This is the longest first quarter ever. I mean, that's over an hour. We're still in the first quarter.
That's wild. So now you have to look towards, this is those moments where Oklahoma, in my time covering this team, and keep in mind, I've never gone into a football. I probably went into one game in my entire life where I felt pressure, like real pressure. This team goes in every game feeling that type of way. Typically, they haven't really responded well in these situations. We'll see what Venables can muster up and see if we can keep them at least out there playing hard. I mean, I've seen Oklahoma teams get down like this, and they didn't play hard at the end of the game. Like, it's like, screw this. We're losing. There was they weren't necessarily mentally tough in these departments.
There we go.
There you go. I like Barnes a lot.
He's physical.
Yep, physical runner. He's got a lot of speed.
Very physical. He doesn't. He runs a lot bigger than he looks.
Yeah, agreed. And he's a true freshman, right, Mark?
True freshman. Let's welcome back to the 2016 Big 12.
Great.
2015.
Where's he from, Mark?
Barnes is from. Is he from Vegas? I know.
Is he a Gorman guy?
He might be. He might be.
The old Bishop Gorman pipeline.
Yes, he is. Desert Pines, but not Bishop Gorman.
Okay. I hadn't heard of the Desert Pines before.
Desert Pines? Sounds like a golf course.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Sounds gated and desolate.
We're getting some. This team sucks. Ha ha ha. We've got a ha ha ha. They suck. Brad Felton.
Okay, Desert Pines is a golf course.
Is it?
For sure. I was around a high school. Let's see. Anybody want to go for the nickname?
Their mascot?
Yeah.
Roadrunners.
Okay. Well, that's what you got.
I'm going to go with the cactus. Cacti.
I'm going to order something.
I mean, I got no idea what they're doing, but it's the Desert Pines Jaguars.
Huh.
According to Max Preps, they're 5-1 this season. They only lost to Orem, Utah. It's a long road trip.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
I assume the Desert Pines is pretty good. I'm just assuming that they're
playing
better
outside
teams
of the
out there.
state. You're either really good or you live right on the edge.
Right. Wow, into the first quarter. Well, Mark, we knew it was going to be high scoring. Just thought it might be a little more balanced.
We did think that.
Take the over, he said.
Yeah, right. That's exactly what we said.
I'm a little bit worried about one of my 5 picks this week. Iowa. Michigan's already got 10 points. It's in the second quarter.
Ooh.
I mean,
That might as well be 20
I'm
against.
still in the number, but
And Iowa's punting.
what do we think Iowa's going to get in this game today? I mean, can they get 7? Can they get 10? I don't know. I don't know if they can get that many.
They kind of top out about 17.
17 is 17's an
Michigan
offensive
scores
explosion.
here. They're going to have to hope for a tie.
Yeah, that's an offensive explosion.
Derek says he agrees that they're not very good. What's it going to take? And you're the only answer I can tell you, and you're going to hate to hear it, is just some time. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take some time.
If you want them to get better today, it's going to take heart.
Yeah, it's going
You
to have
want them to
right.
come be what they were.
And
need
some
another year with Schmitty.
right.
And bring some recruits in. Have some guys on campus for a couple of years straight.
Right. Like for them to, in my opinion, for them to find a way to get this thing done, Eric Gray's going to have to run for 150 yards from here on out.
Yeah.
Like he's going to, I mean, and we're talking
And we're going to need
big
a
plays, big
physical
runs.
back. So we need Gray to wear him down And
Yeah.
then we need a physical back.
You got to keep the defense off the field.
Even it up the turnover margin.
Yeah, you got to go get a turnover. Like
Gotta
now, if I was Venables, I'm on the sidelines telling those dudes,
Now's the
get it,
time.
bring it down. But now you have to go get the ball. Like I would expect to
They're
see them
gonna
start
try
to.
to come out and throw some daggers, and it's a good time to get a turnover.
Right.
'Cause they're going to try to put this thing out of reach.
Yep. I think if you're over, if
they
you're
were smart,
TCU,
they'd come out and just army this thing for the next 3 quarters and call it a day.
because they haven't
they're
stopped
try
it.
to come out and hammer it.
Right.
But if we come out with the 3-man D,
It's gonna be a long day.
I wouldn't throw it once. I just hand it off all day.
184 yards ain't a bad offensive quarter. That's what I'm saying.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not.
even as much as people are ragging on Gabriel, and they should be, 184 yards is still a pretty good offensive quarter. But the other side is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Just as many drops as he had misses.
How many yards does TCU have?
237 or 240,
Too many.
237.
Good Lord.
237.
And Gabriel's got all day back there.
It's pretty good coverage. That's a pretty good pass.
Yeah.
Got to get it to him. Yeah. That was a good. And do you see Mims with that was on me. Ball was right in his hand. That was a great pass.
Gabriel hasn't been rushed yet, I don't think.
I feel like that could have been a little interference.
He got a hand there.
He got there a little early.
Second early.
Yeah, that right arm was pulled back for sure.
In
He
real
lost his-
time, you can't see that.
He lost his footing. That was a perfectly thrown ball. He just lost his footing there at the end.
There's nothing wrong with that one. Took a shot and missed.
Jeff Levy, absolutely an aggressive coordinator. There's no question.
Yeah. Just a timeout. That Marvin got the breath knocked out of him. He land just sprawled out.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
It's always the worst feeling.
Oh,
When your teammates falls on top of you.
yeah.
Yeah, it's never a good thing.
Just
Lose the
feels
air.
like your
Dying
lungs-
inside.
Like
Yeah.
your lungs collapse on each other.
Right.
And you can't get air back in there.
I feel like we should probably do some shots.
Yeah, where's that syrup at?
Mark, you a
That's where
shot
I'm
guy?
at.
You want the syrup?
Just chug the syrup.
No, I'm not. Not at 11.
That is
Hey,
Take it.
Leslie, come here. How are you doing?
Hello.
All right,
Hi,
everybody,
Leslie.
Leslie, say hi to the camera. This is Leslie Snow.
yeah, come this way.
Oh, come back
Come
over
there,
here.
yeah.
Come here, get in here.
Yeah.
Leslie's husband's a big fan of the sports animal. Big
Oh,
listener.
nice.
So we love talking to him too. Leslie's going to be working here today. How many times you won Best Bartender in Oklahoma City? How many times? 5.
Seriously?
5 times
That's awesome.
winner of Best Bartender.
Yeah, that's
So
amazing.
You're going to be well taken care of in here today for drinks.
Okay.
And I mean, as long as people are sending these messages, they might as well come up here and sit and watch the game with us in person. So
Absolutely. Come on up.
what's,
Come
the,
on up.
what's the favorite thing on the menu for you?
Club
Club
sandwich. All right.
Oh,
I'm trying to. Wes and I are going to do a shot here in a minute. You got something special for us? Something that we're ready
I
right
had the
now.
brunch
Something that's going to
menu.
knock off the feeling of this game. We need something that's going to.
What's the go-to shot?
Sex and violence.
Sex and violence. That sounds like
That
the two of
sounds
them.
good.
I think it's perfect.
that or
There you go.
if you got something that resembles like a 5-finger death punch, that's where we're at right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
RJ Dupree,
We're gonna get
former.
there.
Oh, Dupe
Sports
is in. We got to
producer.
get him on here.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna let Dupe take my headset here in a second.
Okay. Hey, we're gonna give you Mark's headset here in a second.
What's Dupe?
We're gonna give you Mark's headset here in a second. I got to get the opinion.
You gotta
Is
get
there
Yeah.
a poker-
I got to get your opinion.
Is there a poker
Yeah.
match going on today?
I want to say he lives down in Texas now.
They do have poker in Okie Tonk on Wednesday nights.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
No,
Interesting.
Tuesday nights. I'm sorry.
Tuesday nights. All right.
Wednesday night team trivia. Thursday night Singo. When's the last time you got in a good round of Singos?
Yeah, I'm out.
So how big is the poker? I mean, is this like all
Yeah,
just
they'll play down here, and you can
tables
play
or-
for merch and
I like?
food comp.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was wondering
that might
how
be something we need to.
That's
They
a
were
good
getting
way to
around
play where you don't have to worry about going up
Yeah.
against Phil Hellmuth or Traber or anybody like that.
Right.
I have to go back to the ATM.
Yeah,
That's always good.
the rebuy is pretty inexpensive. Do you guys feel like this game's over?
Nah. The second
It's okay to
quarter
say
just
it.
started.
Yeah, I
We
mean, I
got
feel
a
like
whole
it's going to be
3
real tough for them
quarters.
to because TCU they haven't stopped them from doing anything. To me, TCU is probably their biggest threat right now. Their own selves are, depending on what they want to do offensively. I'm with Wes. I understand wanting the kill shot because you can. They haven't really stopped you from doing anything. But if I was
Sonny
them,
Dykes, he's aggressive, man.
Sonny Dykes is
like
very
Levy.
aggressive, and like that would be the only thing that maybe hurts TCU is being too aggressive in this moment.
Yeah.
Run the freaking football. You've done it. Run it with your quarterback. Run it with your running backs, and you win this game.
All right, 3rd and 7.
With the ball, I don't think it's over. Down 17 at the start of the second quarter.
They've got
He didn't look really anywhere else on the field. I'm not sure how many guys were in a route at that
Right.
place, but that was locked onto a guy in coverage.
That was pretty tough right there. But
like if you want to throw it here, I feel like you got to play small ball. Spread that sucker out, get 4 receivers out there, bring your back in the backfield, and run a bunch of quick slants. Like you got to get the ball to these guys' hand. Like I get one of the deep ball. I get one to get Mims involved deep, but get the ball to him in 5 yards and let's see what he can do with it. Like just get it to him in space and let those guys go be athletic. Because it does 2 things. One, Gabriel gains confidence because he's getting completions, and then you're getting the ball to your star players. Like I think Farouk is a talented kid. Have we seen Theo Weiss yet today? I don't think we have.
No.
Mims in space is great. Stoops in space is great.
Yeah,
if you want to throw it, that's how you should throw it.
It's 3rd and 7. That's 3rd and Stoops right there. That is his wheelhouse.
And I think, to me, underutilized aspect of the offense. I get why Jeff Lebby likes taking deep shots because Marvin Mims is open all the damn time.
Yeah.
And I think he wants to get his quarterback to develop. Hey, look, maybe he feels like the first one that he gets, then that's going to take the pressure off. So I see why they keep throwing them, but they're not executing. It's just
more times than not, he comes in with that ball. But that last one was tough. But
it's on his quarterback. I think Levy wants to get the quarterback some confidence to be able to hit that deep ball.
Well, when you come out and your first play of the game essentially is that quick pass to Mims.
Yeah.
He wants to establish that relationship, and that's obvious.
We've got an adult dating site in the chat room.
What?
Yeah, they haven't said anything crazy, but they're there.
Interesting. Is this a well-known
Yeah, this
one?
is no, not that I know.
Where is this?
Chat 69. Look at this. Yeah.
XYZ
Yeah.
best adult dating site. Oh, wow. XOXO. We are sticking with this 3-man.
That's it.
Deal.
If I'm TCU all day long, baby.
And they went right where the defensive end wasn't.
Hand it off right there. All day long.
Can they adjust from that? I assume they can. They can do.
Well, yeah. So you bring
go back to a base
down
defense.
17. You need to do something different.
Like you've got Stutzman down there, using him as a defensive lineman. You might as well bring in another defensive lineman. The problem is they can't cover anybody, right? So like you bring in a 4-man front, you're taking one of those guys in coverage out of the mix. And Duggins has shown you here in the last 10 passing attempts that he's had that he's dialing it in.
Yeah, and it's 3rd or 2nd and short. We need Grimes in a 3-point stance. We need a presence. It's hard to go from standing up in a 2-point stance to stopping a 3rd and short.
Right.
He just got wadded up right there.
Right. Like you're talking about simple zone runs here. You're taking some bucket steps, getting up the field and letting these linebackers come to them. Stutzman doesn't have the body yet to be a real impact guy. Like I'm looking at you like, okay, cool. 28, you're going to come hit this line of scrimmage and we're going to mess you. He plays too high. He's sporadic at times.
Let's see what we do here.
I'd hand that sucker off again right now.
Yeah, right off.
Look how soft that box is.
That right tackle is open
all day long.
Oh,
and they're executing. The coverage there was good. They're just executing.
Yeah, that would have been a check to a run. I would think.
Kid's having a big day, man. Who is 18? Can't say the dreadlocks are covering it all up.
Savion Williams. He's the one that caught the first touchdown pass.
Yeah, but he's not one of their top receivers,
right,
so to speak. But
he's a monster.
He was done. They've thrown the ball to a lot of different players.
He's like Knowles for K-State. Like he doesn't have a lot of big games, but he's a matchup nightmare all the time.
Oh, here we go, Wes. Sex and violence here is what this is called.
All right.
Thank you.
Well,
Mark, you're missing out, sir.
Later.
I'm going to forward this to the OU defense.
Oh, yeah. That was nice.
Pineapple-y.
Yeah, what we're probably going to
That
need here in a
must
little
have
bit
been
is like
the
a good old
sex.
three wise men, something to really kind of jolt the system a little bit.
Now I'm curious what the violence was. I mean,
That's going to hit us later.
That play right there is 10 yards. We don't have anybody there.
Right.
I mean, you got to have somebody outside. The cornerback is the contain right there.
Right.
It's not going to work. I don't know what this is.
Like you have 2 timeouts left, and I know you hate to call them on defense, but like all that's going to happen, they don't have any depth at linebackers. TCU is committed to this. Yeah. We're going to just hammer these guys.
It's open on that right tackle all day. I mean, we're stunting guys out there, but
look at this. Oh,
that looked good. Nice.
Yeah. Way to close.
He just stuck his hand in there at the right time.
It's another moonshot, though.
Good. Yeah, right. He's just throwing 50-50 balls.
Hey, that was a hell of a play right there. That's all it took. That was perfect.
What's up, Bob?
Oh, yeah.
Nacho.
Right here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Nacho average nachos.
That looks good.
You need a fork.
I do.
I got one.
That looks like a taco salad.
Thank you, sir.
Here we go.
What an angle.
Just run around that, dude.
Getting outside.
Look at this. Good Lord.
You see the angle the linebacker took on that last play.
All right. Well, this is a live stream. It's on the internet, so feel free to be as honest as you want to be. So we're not going to cut you off and tell you can't speak your mind here.
I'd like to see a Guebu be a lot more physical. For as big as he is,
not extremely fast.
See it. No.
That's it.
He's not fast.
He's not
plays
fast.
High.
He plays too high. Like I would look at that dude out of my stance and think, you've got it. This is the greatest gift of all time. You got so much body to block, and he's not running. He's not doing. And we talked about Derek Johnson. You and I were talking about the other day. Like that dude, Mark, was like trying to catch a receiver.
Yeah,
he was big like that.
Like one of those 5'10" linebackers that's quick.
Right.
Like he could dodge you.
Yes, he absolutely could dodge you. This kid he's got a big, huge body. I'm sure he's good. When he can line up in a 4-3 and play that middle linebacker spot, like you love him as a thumper, but in this situation, it's tough for him. 34-10, bro.
Lead. I think I'm gonna go get an NTN trivia box.
Oh yeah, it'd be more entertaining than the game.
You got time.
You imagine Stutzman's dad, I'm pretty sure, flew in from Florida. He had to drive to Miami to catch the plane.
Okay, listen, one of the projects we need to be doing here is to look at what's the most rushing yards OU's ever given up. Because they've given up 167 with 12 minutes to go in the first half.
Well,
and to Wes's point,
we gave that up to Martinez last week.
This is disheartening, though, because there's been no adjustment to TCU moving up and down the field.
Right.
We've got to get 4 hands in the dirt up front.
So this is where youth comes into play here, right? So like we say that, but do they have it in where they can make that switch? Like, do they feel like they're capable of doing that?
I think on short yardage situations, you have to dedicate Grimes as a true defensive end.
I would agree to that. I don't think that's asking too much.
The leverage isn't there when you're standing up.
I would say that OU probably gave up about six bills, maybe 650 to Nebraska in the mid-90s.
What about that West Virginia game?
Oh, with
Tavon Austin ran for 300 on his own.
Yeah.
That was 500. I think that was but they threw for a lot in that game too.
What was that? That was like 09, right?
On the ground.
Yeah. That team was good.
Tavon was a little later than that.
Was he?
I think so.
I thought he was a part of that Geno Smith.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
The OU game in which they gave up all those yards to West Virginia, I think it was 11.
Oh, okay.
2011.
Yeah, that Tavon game was. Oh.
I didn't bring I brought my Wes Sims cover boy action, but I didn't bring the media guide, so I had to look up all that stuff.
It's too bad you didn't grow up in Oklahoma. We could look you up in there and see what it said about you.
Oh yeah,
but you might have been on the cover. Who knows?
I would have definitely been on the cover.
Wes was an easy call to put on the cover. It was an easy call.
I'm from a state where we had, I bet you there was 30 offensive linemen in my senior year at a high school that ended up going big time Power 5 schools. Like that was a different deal up there. It was hard to get the coverage.
It's a bunch of Ohio guys.
Oh yeah, especially in the trenches. Offensive linemen, defensive linemen, 3 techniques in particular.
It's cold.
Yeah,
I want to hear some
up there.
I want to hear some
meat.
If you are on the stream, you can tweet at me at Mark R Sports. I'll pull that up. I want to hear some either overreaction or proper reaction to what's going on right now.
Well, on the
Let's see.
It's hard to tell the difference. I'm usually a middle of the road guy, but I think I might lean towards the craziness right now.
Sam, you got sour cream on the computer.
Look, it's live. This is live stuff.
Lick it off.
Brandon Hitton says, to me, it's clear Coach V doesn't have the depth he thought he had, or else he would be making adjustments. He doesn't have the players for this scheme. I don't know that that's far off.
That's fair. That is very fair.
Well, they haven't turned on Brent yet. Turned on Dylan Gabriel a little bit.
I mean, it's over half the team wasn't here last year. I mean, we thought it was going to be a next man up thing, and we're realizing that's not a recipe for winning. We need a little more time with some of these guys. So I mean, you bring in 1 or 2 or maybe 3 guys as transfers, and you can kind of plug and play. But when you got a whole team, or half of it essentially, well, that helps. Extra 10 yards there. Yeah. I mean, we still got the better part of 3 quarters left. So, I mean, there's still plenty of time. But we're going to have to make adjustments on defense, or it's not going to matter. Old Stoops. Nice. Take that. It's positive yardage there.
The other thing that we have to, I hate to say this in the middle of this game, but we do realize that this TCU defense is not what I would call in the top 5 of what they'll see
in the conference.
They've scored 10 points against a defense that I would probably rank 7th.
No, I mean, we've had a lot of drops and,
right,
a couple overthrows there. So, I mean, it's not like they've really stopped us. He hasn't even really been pressured. It's just been, maybe picking the wrong receiver, staring them down, overthrowing, a couple drops. They're not far off. I would like to see the run established a little bit better.
The only place they're far off right now is the scoreboard.
Yeah.
There you go. Ooh. Oh, he's done. Unbelievable.
Well, I think we might
he
be
needs to
seeing
leave
a
the
new
game
quarterback
immediately.
Get away from him, boys. There's no good that can count.
That was
bad.
Unbelievably.
I cannot believe that just
was
happened.
bad. Wow.
Gabriel there's no way he's
man. Gabriel might be out a minute after that. That concussion protocol, man.
He's out.
Yeah.
Just take your helmet off and give it to him.
Moving.
I mean, that's a play that could really rally the team. I mean, especially if a backup quarterback can come in and make some of these plays.
Make some plays, yeah.
And that backup quarterback isn't 5'10". He's 6'6".
Is he still on his stomach?
I don't think he's moved.
Boy.
Yet. This isn't good at all. I mean, the hit, but how close his head was to the ground, that's a double.
Yeah,
I mean, that's 2 hits.
Wow.
See,
wow.
The turf bounce is worse than the first hit.
I don't think we have to look at this real long.
Yeah,
that's bad.
I hate watching that. I hate it. The hair in the back of my I get chills. The older I get, the less
if you're a defensive player and they're just come in hands first,
Right.
Place your hands on the guy. Said this doesn't happen.
It's probably hard to coach this in practice because you never get in that situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's a very different. The game's going that fast, and now every quarterback, even pocket passers, have the ability to move. Right. Rarely do you see a quarterback in there I mean, Mason Rudolph is the last guy that I remember that we had the two teams that was just a true statue, right? Was never going to beat you with his legs. Every quarterback that Oklahoma State and OU's had since then can move. So as a defender,
Landry wasn't he wasn't a runner.
God, yeah. Good Lord. I can't. Landry Jones.
Sam Bradford wasn't really. I mean,
right. But in the last decade, though, last 10, 12 years, they've had dudes that can move.
We've had a lot
Trevor Knights,
guys.
and then it's Baker, and then it's Kyler, and then it's Jalen, and this kid. I mean, defenders are. It's a tough job for them today, considering the rule changes, the attention to detail in regards to where you're hitting these guys, and now you have all these quarterbacks that can make you look dumb. Right, you got a lot of quarterbacks that can absolutely make a move, get up the field. So I think that I don't want to say that was a malicious hit. I thought he led with his shoulder, just got the head contact, and Wes, you're 100% right. It's always the second hit, right? It's you had the major contact with the helmet, but then watch his head slam that turf. Yeah, that's where it gets you.
Because I mean, as much force as he had coming in to hit his head, the amount of force that his head had hitting the ground was much greater.
Alec Cassidy's asking us.
Give to it as well.
He says, to Sam and Wes, you watch a defensive guy do that to your QB. How hard is it not to beat the guy into the ground? Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine.
I mean, you're holding your own players back.
Right. Like it's immediately. The game lines have changed. Offensive linemen used to be goons. Like they were, they were going to be the toughest guys on your team, the meanest guys on your team.
The protectors.
There's been a little bit of a switch in the overall culture of offensive line play, but I promise you, if that had happened to one of my quarterbacks or one of Wes's, somebody's getting a personal foul.
Yeah.
Like the next play here, we're going to try to break somebody's leg. Like it's going to be an organized, cool. Yeah. This guy's in a three technique.
There,
I'm telling you.
71 coming up. That's happening again immediately.
Yeah, 100%.
In our time.
Yeah. The coach knows it. It's expected. They guarantee you somebody's getting 100%
before he gets up off the ground from that play.
You got to get a little revenge here.
Man, that hurts.
Oh, yeah, he's done. And was out cold. So Bevel's in. He was a third string quarterback at Pitt last year, right?
Second.
Yep. Second string.
Played the bowl game.
6'6", 225.
Big guy.
Kenny Pickett didn't play. He played against Michigan State.
This is good.
Boom. Oh, there you go.
I guarantee that offensive line is fired up right now.
Put your rally caps on here at Okie Tonk.
It's coming. Talk about untimely. So these guys don't have to leave the field now when they get ejected?
Yeah,
no.
I don't like
they
that.
did.
No, they can stay on the field. They have to just stay
They take their helmet away from, but I think you need to send them to the locker room.
Yeah.
Like that's like, I mean, it's like the most defeating thing, but I mean, when you go to that length, that's what you get.
Right.
I like Barnes. That is a big physical kid. And we still got 2.5 quarters left. All the other 11 o'clock games are at halftime, and we got a half a quarter. If you're TCU, do you even try to attempt a throw on this?
No, absolutely not. This whole next drive is nothing but runs.
Yeah.
The whole drive. I'm also looking to.
If I'm them, I'm going straight Army from here on
100%. Everything above over their 50-yard line is 4-down territory. Stay in the field.
Tavon, You leaving? Okay. Do you want to put your pretty face on camera? Or is that,
Yeah.
What? Why not? Hold on. Swafford went to the Foo Fighters tribute concert, the Taylor Hawkins tribute concert in Los Angeles earlier in the week.
Oh.
I don't think there could be anything more interesting than that. So we have to get his.
Oh yeah, we got to get your opinion.
Yeah.
Here, have a seat.
He's leaving. You're going to come sit in for me here in a little bit. Yep. No. I thought, are you leaving? All right, sit down. Sorry. I'm the next out.
Yeah, Sam's about to get weird on that stack of nachos.
All right, you got a fatter guy in here than Sam now.
Kyle Swafford, what's up?
What's shaking, fellas? How y'all?
We're good.
You killing it?
So how was the trip?
I'm really tired and really worn out. It was unbelievable. I told somebody the other day it's the best concert. Probably Woodstock, Live Aid is the only ones that are better. 53 songs.
You didn't go to either one of those, though, right?
Where are we going with this, man? I'm not that old.
I know, but
They had Rush, they had Queen, they had Motley Crue, Def Leppard, Miley Cyrus, Kesha.
who was the best act? Miley Cyrus singing.
She
Def
sang
Leppard
one
Photograph.
song, and that was great. The best thing they had was Ann Wilson from Heart. Just starts in with the riff from Barracuda, and Pink comes out.
Right.
It just rips it.
Nice.
How
Queen
was there.
Crew?
Huh?
How was the crew?
They were good, man.
I love it.
They were good. They weren't. It's hard because they had some random guy singing.
Okay.
And Vince Neil, God love his heart, can't really carry a tune anymore. But they had somebody else that was their opening band sing for them, and they were good. The best part, though, Queen came out there. It's funny because all these people, Queen doesn't have their lead singer, so they brought somebody that was a special guy. And Rush doesn't have a drummer, so they brought Dave Grohl and Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers and the Weezer drummer. I mean, it was cool. I mean, it was nonstop, just hitting you with people. And you know, Grohl had a great line when Queen came out. He goes, I've had 3 weeks to prepare for this. I had tried to write something. He said, I got nothing to say. It's effing Queen. And they just came out and destroyed it. So it was 6 hours and 53 songs and just nonstop. It was, Joan Jett opens. I mean, there was everybody there. And there a cavalcade of drummers, Tool's drummer, Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer. I mean, there was everybody there. So it was great. Some guy from Tombstone was sitting behind me. Kevin Costner's son, I don't know, or Yellowstone.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny McEnroe was sitting in the thing. I could see him. I mean, there was just everybody there. It was unbelievable. And the coolest part of the concert was, if you look behind the stage, all the acts were watching the show. They were just back there. Jack Black, Dave Chappelle, they all came up. So it was great.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. Now we're tied Mets Braves.
No, they're tied now. Yeah, they lost last night. The Braves were cheating last night. So I got a text message from your buddy Holditch, who's just wearing me out.
And the Mets had the tiebreaker. So if the season ends
they do have the tiebreaker, but you know, DeGrom was their big ace, and he did not do it. Hey, they're still in this thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
They get a stop and a touchdown, and it's what, 14
Plenty
points?
of time.
Yeah.
We need to get a stop, and then it'll start breeding after
Your
that.
math isn't very good today. It'll be 10 if they get a stop.
If they get a touchdown, yeah. I went to Midwest City, so you got to give me something. Are they getting out scheme? Because it seems like they've got 12 and we got 10 on every play. Is that a scheme thing?
Yeah. I mean, we got 3 down linemen, and
it just seems like they've always got 2 guys in the position where we've got 1.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to get more guys out there so they don't run, and we got 6 guys in the box. It'd be nice to have 7, but the lineups, the formations that they're running aren't really calling for it either. So
right. Well, I know that Venables has very specific defensive responsibilities, and I'm wondering if just one guy out of place, then that's why they have the 2 busted guys, right?
Yeah.
They're not doing a very good job of getting off blocks up front. They're not causing any disruption.
No, we don't have enough guys up front to beat one-on-one blocks. We need to get as many guys up there as we can. We can't have 3.
I mean, this is one. You got 3 guys and 4 guys.
I mean, this guy
Tackling's bad.
they're just playing harder.
Yeah, no, they're definitely playing with heart.
Quentin Johnson, he's a guy that Oklahoma really recruited. That was Davis or Johnson?
That was Davis.
Davis, who's been really good. Faster.
Speed.
Johnson's over there blocking, but
I mean, got to wrap him up, Woody.
yeah, the blitzer, that was his spot.
Well, that's the other thing. They're not missing blocks either. Their receivers are not holding, but I mean, they're holding their blocks.
Yeah, a little screenplay there. They were blowing us up downfield.
Well, they get 10 yards a pop for 3 times in a row on the same play.
Oh. And got to make that tackle.
You know, I didn't think last week looked as bad making tackles, and the first 3 weeks looked pretty good to me, but today looks primo 2020 defense or 2019 defense.
Right.
Just not physical, not making any stops.
You see Gabriel up walking around. That's good.
And he still has his helmet.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to see him take it away. I mean, nobody wants to see him come back after that. That's
Right.
Well, if anything, just, hey, you're not doing anything till the halftime, and then we'll reevaluate it.
Yeah. I mean, we all seen him get hit and lay there lifeless, essentially, not moving. And nobody wants, I mean, you got to look out for the player. And in no game situation does somebody's life more important than that. I mean, you got to take him out.
What's it like to play in that stadium? It's empty, kind of, isn't it?
Well, no, it's full today.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah, they are packed in there.
Are they pretty loud there?
Earlier. I never got to play at TCU. They were.
Oh, that's right. They were in the Big 12. That's right.
As I was telling Sam earlier, I was like, I've driven by the stadium. Oh, nice.
That's good timing.
That was a hellistic timing.
Trey Morris,
A little bit of payback.
Did they wake up the guy by knocking out the
But
quarterback?
it's 4th and 1. They're going for it.
Yeah, they have to.
They are absolutely going for it. Hit him right in the numbers. That's what it looked like anyway. Oh, yeah.
All right, so we doing this at Katy Trail next week, or what's going down? Huh?
Yeah, I love some Katy Trail. I don't know. I know we're going to play. We go down Thursday, and then we golf Friday.
At
While the girls go do the girl things.
Well done.
And yeah, that's been our deal for many years down there. That's the way to do it.
Mark's got a parking issue down at Katy
get
Trail,
him.
but other than that, it's a fun time.
That's a
I
stop.
think we might have got a stop there, boys.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, that's a good story. I don't know if anybody believe it, but was trying to get Coach Switzer to Katy Trail and ran into the back of a car while he was on the radio in the ticket.
Yeah. That was the best time for me because I was with a group of people that I told them that I was Colonel Sanders' grandson, and they didn't believe me. They believed me at first, and after a while, they're like, no, you're not really that guy. Immediately, Mark dropped Switzer off. He's walking in. Oh, the Dallas coach. He walks directly up to me. Mark's parking the car. He'll be right here. And everybody just looked at me and said, he is Colonel Sanders' grandson. There's
That's
parts of that I'm
awesome.
not going to tell you, but yeah, we've had some fun at Katy Trail. All right, see you guys.
All right,
Y'all
good
have
luck
fun?
Good luck at practice.
Yeah, thank you. Baseball game.
Game.
The OKC
Game.
Niners,
Not
11U,
talking about-
baby. They're
yeah,
taking the
not talking about
city.
practice.
We don't practice on Saturday.
No. Thanks, bud.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Love you, man. Yeah, it's good to see
Oh, he's all fired up. Like that dude put his forearm in the guy's belly. I mean, that wasn't. I don't even think he hit him with his pads, did he?
I just annihilated those nachos, Mark.
Yeah, it got a little weird.
You're free to leave if you need to.
No, that's fine. I'm going to go
Okay.
here in a second. I'll let
We'll
Duke
take it at halftime. We're going to take
some
a
food.
we're going to take a break here at. Can I kick this person out of this thing? How do
Who?
I
Are they trying to get you hooked up or what?
put block user? There you go.
Oh, the dating site
Yeah,
guy?
the dating site
Oh,
guy.
yeah,
There
that
we
was
go.
getting weird.
Okay. I agree with this. Jake Healer says, "Oh, you got away with one that time." I thought that might have been a targeting call on this play. He didn't make any helmet contact.
lower
No,
his
he
head. He
hit
didn't
him
lower
with
his
his
head, though. His head's
forearm.
up.
Yeah, he didn't
Heads
lower
up.
his head, and he did hit him
He
with his
put
shoulder
his
forearm.
forearm right in his chest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a legal hit. I
But
mean,
it's way early before the ball.
You could say he launched himself,
Yeah,
maybe,
but that's really the only. Yeah,
Like you have to launch yourself head first, right? Isn't that
with the head down. Yeah.
Yeah. I
That
mean,
was-
that's solid hit. He could have been there early, but either way.
To me, it looked like it's clearly interference.
yeah.
He got there early.
That was.
Can you tell me how many points Michigan has right now, Wes? I can't see that far over there. Was it on that CD?
Well,
yeah, we got it right here.
I will here in a minute. All right, we're still warming up. So we got to get a new quarterback.
Oh, are
here
they reviewing the hit? Is that what they're doing? Okay.
That's their old quarterback, Spencer Petras. Long first half, getting longer. It's not targeting. I don't know how long we have to look at this. Head
Wait,
up,
Right.
shoulder.
Haven't we already ran a play since that? Oh, we're reviewing this.
Oh,
one.
I see.
I was like, that was 2 plays
yeah.
ago.
Can you see the ball? Can't see the ball.
Yeah,
I agree with
you can't overturn. Yeah,
I
you
mean-
can't overturn this.
His head or a forearm's down somewhere in there. Well, I guess he could be on top of that guy.
I cannot believe it's almost 1:00.
Thank you.
You
We're
can't
back to
see
play.
anything.
Michigan's kicking off. This is not good. This pick is cooked.
13-0.
13-0.
Yeah.
It's still in within reach for
Yeah,
Iowa.
13-3. I'm recovering at
Yeah.
that point.
I mean, they get so much as a field goal and a safety, and it's over. I mean, they got 17.
Great point on a safety. Remember earlier this year, Iowa had 2 safeties and a
2
half.
safeties and a half. Yeah.
13-4. I covered.
Sonny Dykes will get higher for TCU.
Absolutely. I mean, we tried to go after him for OC though, but
I think Sonny really wanted that job, which says something about being in Dallas Fort Worth. That's a job that he wanted.
Right.
Yeah. Potentially could have left SMU for other places.
look
man.
at the QB getting in there.
That was a pretty bad fake that he executed, but he did
Right.
go down the field and get a block.
I'm just telling you, this offensive line, Levy's going to have to readjust the way that he thinks about starting these games.
Yeah.
Like we know who he was at Ole Miss. We know what he wants to do with the ball. We know
Gotta
he
get
scores
physical.
fast and all the things.
Come
But at some point, you
now.
have to just accept what your offense is capable of doing. And I'm just telling you, from this game on, Beatonville will have that group doing some good things. Gray and Barnes are going to have to be featured players offensively. You go deep the men's every once in a while, but their identity is going to have to change this season. And that's okay. You just have to do it, right? You just have to do it.
Does that TCU defensive coach not look like Terry Crews?
Oh, he's got to do some of that ball.
Ah,
You got to move your feet. That pocket was not bad.
no.
He didn't do anything to help his offensive line there at all.
He's got to be a little bit mobile.
Yeah, something. Do
Just-
something with it.
Get out of the way.
Like that play is designed for that kid to make that fake and throw the ball.
And he
So
needed to get rid of
right.
it there.
Like that's
Good, better, and different.
100%. Like this is what a play. This is what you're running. This is the expectation. Once it's not there, you got to do something.
Who's this going locker room?
3rd and 12.
Throw it.
Oh,
I guess we know why Dylan's playing.
Triple pump that thing, man. You can't do it. You got to get rid of that
Wow.
ball. The faster you get it to Gray, the better off you are.
Okay, Gabriel.
Oh, Josh Norman. Following him in. Yeah. It's like gotta protect Gabriel from himself, man. I know the guy's a competitor, but he
right.
for his own good, he
Thank
don't
you.
need to be back in.
Like I know he, doesn't want to give that helmet up. I'm actually surprised they didn't take it from him yet.
Did you get a smoothie?
No, I think it's just water. I would drink a smoothie right now, though.
Oh yeah, they did say the water cups would be foam.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what
That's
happened? Did they? What is? They say that he called a fair catch.
Wow.
It must have been way before that.
Well, they sure weren't trying to tackle him.
Right. They didn't seem like they were going to.
I mean, was it
This
before?
would be a big penalty if it is. It'll put him back at the 2.
Re-kicking it or what?
It must be a re-kick.
I feel like I don't know what's happening. What is is there a penalty?
No, it's TCU's ball, first and 10. So they must be backed up. Oh, they just called him down where he supposedly waved fair catch. There we go. Stutzman should have just took one for the team there. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm old school. If I'm Stutzman, I'm just taking one for the team. Have to let Knack or whoever come in and step up.
David Meekins says his Red Raiders down by 3. They're Manhattan.
13-10.
Oh.
Trey Posey says these officials suck.
Yeah, they haven't been the best.
Come on.
They had that set up well.
Yep.
Good blocking. Yep.
Got to wrap them up.
Yeah. The best thing TCU can do here is just possess the ball till the end of the half.
100%.
Yeah, I'm
Run
handing it off every play.
Small ball from here on out. This will be one of the most interesting halftimes that Oklahoma has had in a long time. Not a lot of time here, a lot of frustration. They've been beat up defensively in every single way possible. I don't know where you go adjustment-wise.
I know as we're 2 hours into the first half and no end in sight with all the flags and 2-minute drill, potential for timeouts being
That's
used.
a good talk.
Yeah, that's big. Self-inflicted wounds.
Wow.
Sonny's going to need to take some
I like
blood
it,
pressure
though.
medicine.
He's just on them.
I'm surprised these
sex
officials
and violence.
can see anything.
Sex and violence shot for Sonny Dykes.
Yeah.
He's got a little Bob Stoops going on, doesn't he? I mean, he's on that guy.
I don't know how that official saw anything with
what is
the
this?
chewing he was taking. Nice. Get there. So the first quarter, we were stutter stepping him and not committing. I mean, you got to go. You got to pick your guy and commit. You got to take your guy out of the play. Like on an option, you can't run up and break down on the quarterback. You got to hit the quarterback. You got to take him out of the play.
How's White Claws treating you?
I think, are these like the old duels of White Claws here?
You feel like it's not working?
No. We got a lot going on here.
I don't think so.
You seem to level it up a little bit. Once again, big thank you to Okie Tonk for having us out right here. Moore food is excellent. Atmosphere is great. TV's all over the place. Like, I can't think of a better place to just sit, hang out for the day and watch a game.
Get the NFL ticket here.
NFL ticket here. Sundays are great. They got poker throughout the week. Specials all the time. This place is great.
Yeah. Get him. Wrap him
You got to
up.
be kidding me.
I'll tell you, they had that play defended. That was ridiculously bad effort right there.
Like, you got to go attack. Like, they're sitting there waiting for TCU to
commit.
hit them. Yeah, you got to go in there and lay the blow.
It's a huge play.
It's a
You get
huge
a chance
play.
to get the ball back. Now TCU's got a chance to add to the lead, possess the ball where you can't get it, and who gets the football in the third quarter? TCU.
Yep.
Wow.
That was a massive play. If they wanted to have a chance to come back.
If you are watching the live stream and you've there's a lot of people that have turned this sucker off, I'm sure. You need somewhere to come drown your sorrows.
Yeah.
We're here.
I mean, we're here for the.
We are here for that. Come on in.
We're here for the truth.
We're here to tell what's going on.
40 plays each. Here we go. Get there. Nobody's getting home.
Just wide open, bro.
Wow.
Just wide open.
Wow.
All right, this isn't turning it around now. I think Sam was on to something.
Yeah,
earlier.
it's a done deal.
It's getting ugly. Well, a thing that we didn't think, who's the third quarterback? Because there's a chance they might have to bring him in to see
Major
if he
Booty.
can light a fire. Booty? Is the
Ralph
is
Rucker
it Evers? Is that did he redshirt?
Nick,
Is he a
yeah.
freshman?
is a true freshman.
True freshman?
I would think. I don't know who comes in. I would think that it's
I don't
Booty
know
before
who's
Evers.
all suited up and who's there. I doubt that they took any true freshmen with the way Gabriel had been playing.
What an unbelievable game this is.
Good news though is if you've been waiting to buy your OU Texas tickets,
Go ahead
then
and
you're
get
in
them.
a good spot because I think the value of those have gone down.
Yeah,
Somewhat.
just in the first half here. They have
And with
dropped.
the West Virginia win, I mean, we might be looking at I know $100 for a seat, maybe less.
But that game's this evening, right?
It is.
6:30? Yeah.
Twitter is ugly. It is
Is
ugly.
it?
How's the chat room? Is it ugly as well?
It's also very ugly. Yeah.
Okay. My texts
Yeah.
are ugly.
People are unhappy.
Everything is ugly.
Can't say these things.
Oh man, you're right. Some of these things, even online, I can't say. Roof looks like a blank Steve Martin.
Oh. Dennis Grant wants to know how your picks are looking so far.
My picks?
Yeah.
Well, I would say OU has a better chance of covering than Iowa at this point. Now Iowa only Michigan moving into scoring opportunity. I was 1-0 going into today. Mississippi is up 7, so I could get out of
There
this
you go.
at 2-2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, I also have Tech covering.
Yeah.
All you got to do is go 7-5. I didn't tell anybody it was going to go 12-0.
Get up there. Make a play.
Farouk's done well today in the return game.
Yeah. I like him a lot. I think that kid's got star potential.
He's
Okay.
been one of our guys that's been on
Right
it
spot.
today.
Yeah.
He's
He's
been
been
trying.
good today. Good all season long, I
Haven't
feel like.
seen Willis in a while.
Right.
Here's some more sampling from just the text messages. You think Venables would like his job back? Old job.
David Lorenz. Well, I'm going to go spend some time with my horses.
Where the blank is all the discipline. More pre-snap penalties than last year. Gabriel could overthrow a government. That's a good one.
I like that. There we go.
The
Let's get out of this.
the dating
first
site
half.
got back in it
Yeah.
somehow.
Who?
I had to reblock them.
Man,
Yeah,
he
we
must
need to
have
get
like one
we're
of
having to get a
those
moderator.
IT guys. That's one of those.
No, wait, is that Cisco's computer?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that explains it.
I'm kidding.
Come on. Throw the ball, kid. Oh, he's got the
Wow.
wind up on that release. It's like
Yeah.
a windmill. Good Lord.
It's like you don't have to throw it through the guy.
Jay Cake says, I think TCU is okay, but not anything great. I can't stress to y'all enough that the thing about this league that's so interesting is everybody's got a group up front that is going to allow their offense to be relatively versatile. TCU is a better football team than people think. I don't think their defense is very good. Like I said, I probably think they probably have that's what's so alarming about this. Like, I think their defense is 6th or 7th in this league, but that offense can go. The difference is, like, Duggins, to me, looks a lot like what I thought
Get rid of the
Martinez was going to
ball.
look like.
This kid will not get rid of the football.
Yeah, he's got to throw it.
Well, okay, to be honest,
And
in this-
TCU needs to be
in
calling
this
timeout.
evaluation is when Lincoln Riley left, quarterback portal, there was a reason why they scrambled for not only one, a freshman, they scrambled for not only another one and a transfer, they scrambled for 2 and a transfer. They had Rudy, they had Beville, they had. So I think the quarterback room was never considered to be in good shape as the backup spot.
Yeah.
No. I
it's
mean,
not.
the last couple of years we had like one guy, and then it was. We hope that one guy never got hurt. Really,
I think Lincoln's guys though. Chandler Morris was in the room, was
Right.
good, and Tanner Mordecai was in the room and was good.
Was
And
good.
those guys have gone. It's not. Listen, everybody that wanted to rip Lincoln, there were some good things about it, and one of that was quarterback identification. Tanner Mordecai was a good player that he recruited. TCU got a chance to get some more points.
No kidding. It's like, man.
OU may well be the worst team in the conference. I didn't think our defense could be worse than it was. Boy, I was wrong. I think they're probably not the worst team in the conference. This might be one of the worst games I've seen any team play in the conference so far.
It's been bad. I mean, just drops, overthrows.
I had them 7 in my power ranking this week.
Well, they'll be 10 this week.
Oh, yeah.
I think. I don't know what results could change that.
Oh, there's a block in the back.
I'm pretty impressed
If
with the
you're
job they've done on special teams here because
If
that
you're
kid
Sonny
is.
Dykes, you just try to score for fun. I mean,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like
Just for
that's
fun?
a first-year coach.
just for fun, just
Absolutely.
to get it to 48.
Like,
I mean,
my
the
halftime
thing to
speech
do is
just-
just take a snap and go in the locker room. I mean,
Yeah, my halftime speech to TCU, and I agree with you 100% in the last 30 seconds here. Score if you can, but
I mean, they
I'm
called
telling
the
these
timeout,
cats,
didn't they?
this is a game that you're making a statement for the foreseeable future with them. I'm going to try to come out here and score 80 points against Oklahoma if I can. Like, that's what you do with a first-year coach. 100%. This is first-year coach on first-year coach. Make an absolute statement. Don't call off anything. Like, I am all about just driving the point home. You want to embarrass them if you can, if you're
Right.
TCU. And if I'm Venables,
And
I'm
they owe
absolutely in
them
the
a couple,
halftime in the
too.
locker room, and I'm telling them that. Like, if you think these kids are going to come out and take and back off of you, absolutely not. Everybody wants to set a record against Oklahoma. Everybody does.
You already get everybody's best shot. Now they see the blood in the water.
Right.
You know, this is their
Oh,
chance
100%.
to get it back. So it's like these guys got to fight twice as hard now.
Yes. Like, that's the guarantee in this conference is everybody's had their ass beat by Oklahoma once or twice. And so when you get a chance to get one back, you absolutely do. Why am I watching baseball? Oh, the judge.
Judge,
Is this for the tie or to go up one?
let's go up. He's tied.
Okay. God, that kid's a freak. Mark, were you the one telling me that he had a bunch of offers for football too?
no, that was not me.
Yeah, heck, apparently he had some
It's like
a
6,
lot
7
of.
or
He's
something.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I can't believe
you
he
gotta
caught that.
You
And
gotta
then
make
stayed
that
on his
tackle.
feet.
Gotta make
I can't
that
believe he
tackle.
caught the ball.
I can't believe we missed the
It's
ball.
demoralizing, man.
That's just the type of day it's been.
Like, this is just a halftime here is mercy for Oklahoma.
Right through our hands. Should have been a learning lesson for Sonny Dykes, and they complete the pass. I mean, come
Look
on.
at that. Unbelievable.
And that's why they play defense.
Unbelievable. Halftime coming up. We're going to take a break here, and we will join you guys there at beginning of the second half. If you are looking for some people to come and join to drown your sorrows, we have a room full of OU fans that would accept you. Drinks are great here at Okie Tonk. There's plenty of seating available.
Bless you.
Bunch of games on all over the place. It's a cool atmosphere. Come on in. Come hang out with us.
Oh. Man, it's the longest 13 seconds ever. So 2 hours and 6 minutes on the first half. We got another timeout.
All we need is Judge to go yard here. We can celebrate that.
Yep. Nobody wants to be the guy on film for the
No,
rest of your
dude.
life.
Somebody catch
No.
that?
Did he? Oh,
I
okay.
can't see.
I thought he did. Oh, good Lord.
Uh-oh. Now White's down after that play.
All right. We're going to go ahead and take a break
He's okay.
and come back here at the beginning of the second half. Thank you guys so much for joining us in the first half. We'll continue this conversation. We'll talk more about what's going on around the college football world. Any final thoughts on the first half, guys?
Yeah, glad it's over.
Ouch.
That's it. That's all we got. That's all we got. We'll be back with more right after this. I'm just going to let this thing
In the second half, that was the second half.
go ahead and hit those 3 red buttons.
Halfway through the third quarter already.
All right, we're back. We are back. The second half has started. TCU's got the ball. The gentleman to my right over here is RJ Dupree. We've worked with RJ with the sports team. We worked with him with my previous employer. So good to see you, my friend. Sit up just a little bit so we can get you in that camera. There you go. How are you?
Good, buddy. How are you?
We're watching this game.
What a stinker of a first half that mess was.
Yeah,
Holy
it's
cow.
the plan is to get better here in the second half of your Venables.
Right.
Obviously, the game is not over. There's still a lot of time on the clock, but you get your backup quarterback out, or your backup quarterback's in the game. Gabriel's out with a clear head injury. I'm sure that was a little bit demoralizing for them in the first half, but the goal here is to grow. If you're Venables, you've got to switch your mindset here and try to have as much success as possible, and get these kids feeling good about something as they leave the field, right?
Right, for the kids and for himself. I mean,
Right.
we forget, he doesn't have expertise at some of the mid-game changes and the stuff he wants to do. So he's got to get that stuff figured out as well. And, the rushing three and dropping back no one didn't seem to work in the first half. So he's obviously going to want to do some things differently here. And, for him, in-game changes are a lot easier when you got the dudes out there too,
100%.
I mean, gosh, we've got spoiled around here lately, As you see this game today, you don't see any Samaje Perines, Joe Mixons, Ronnie Perkins, any dudes like that can help you make in-game changes. You know what I mean? So we got to get these guys feeling good about themselves so they can get the rocket and rolling.
Right. Getting Downs and Stutzman and Grimes and those guys,
Yeah.
Just getting them ready for the game in front of them, let alone being able to make a ton of adjustments in the second half. Way to get off the field in the first possession, though. That's
There we go.
That's a sign of life for the defense. Bring back Wes.
Is this a sign that I shouldn't watch?
What?
I come back.
Oh, they get it.
No, it's
They get a 3 and out.
The fact that we didn't fumble that punt right there, it's just good things are coming.
You ordered White Claws 2 at a time. That's what the key was.
Yeah, absolutely.
After that first half, there's no other way to go.
Yeah.
Like, half the alcohol, same great
Check out
taste.
I feel like the TCU
Salud.
crowd also has stayed out. Have you noticed that? Looking a little thin there at TCU.
Yeah, they're it's gonna change a little bit.
Hey,
Let's see what happens here. Oh wow. That looked like the Belldozer, but slower.
I think the last time I was in Fort Worth, I started partying a little too early.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it was bad news.
Oh,
We've
you
all
Texas?
done that once or twice,
Yeah.
which is hard to do for an 11 o'clock game, but we still found a way.
You got to go fast if you're OU, right?
Iowa scores. Hey,
There you go.
we got a complete pass.
Get there.
You got to get that first down
Yeah,
right there,
bro. Come
Grant.
on.
He's got to commit to the marker at some point.
Yeah, 100%.
Why are they saying first down now?
Hey,
Did he get it?
bonus.
I don't
we'll
think he
take
did.
it.
We'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard some good things about Gray this week, talking about we know that he's the man now. And, of course, today,
That's clearly third down.
24 is out, right?
Yeah, 24 is out.
Yeah, so that obviously that helps. But I kind of challenged that in my own mind. I was like, do we know that?
That he's out?
No, do we know that Gray's got to be the guy from here on out?
Well, I think that
I'd like to see more Bridges, to be honest with you.
Barnes.
Or Barnes.
Yeah, Barnes is
He's
coming up
physical.
quick. He's
He is
physical.
a
He's got some
physical
speed. Yeah.
Big kid.
Gray just does everything good. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's where I'm
Right.
at. Like everything he does is good. He catches it
Like
good.
right
He runs
there,
it good.
Barnes,
Yeah.
he waited for it. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
a good running back, he'll put his hand on our back
Right.
and wait for it to develop. And I just saw some of that there from a true freshman, and I like that.
Yeah.
But he's also physical. Like
See that cut there?
There's a foot in the
Gets-
ground
yeah,
right there.
gets a
his head
Yeah.
field.
in the
Yeah.
the foot in the ground, his head down, and he positive yards. I mean, I like the way this kid runs the ball.
So Gray rattled. He's on the sidelines right now. Barnes will definitely be the go-to. as
So
Majors is not in.
who's next? Who else
Who's
do we
for-
have?
I don't
in
know. Theo Weiss,
Man, we're going to have to go out
Throw
to the
him in there. I have
woodshed.
no idea who
mean, what do we?
who the fourth guy would be. That's a tough spot to be in.
And we got to get the young gunslinger to sling the
Here we
gun
go.
a little bit here.
Right.
Uh-oh. What? Wait, this? When
Ouch.
did we think this kid was a runner?
We don't. Like
This
they
is
got to
not
change that
okay.
up.
Like,
yeah, that's
why-
not good. Is he hurt?
Oh, and he's holding his shoulder.
He's
Is he seriously hurt? No.
dude? He's 6'7" and not fast. It's not a.
Yeah, this is not. He
that
can't run
is
the
a
same
moving
offense.
target.
He cannot run the same offense that Dylan Gabriel's running. Like I can't even. Oh yeah, he hurt
He had
himself.
to grab. I mean, he committed to the ball, which was important. But I mean, I think that landing on the shoulder, something's up there.
Ooh.
And we know we're not going to see the Denton kid at all this year.
All right.
I don't think
Hit it
that.
back.
Oh,
Ah,
I don't think that we are going to see him. I think he's redshirting.
is that the Evers?
Yeah, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nicky was.
Uh-oh. We got a booty call.
Oh,
General Booty
We
warming up
got
on the
a booty
sideline.
call.
Everybody's favorite, the backup quarterback.
we'll go
Oh,
down.
man.
We'll go down the
The
road
backup
from Denton.
of the backup. Yeah, Evers is out. All the war paint on the face didn't get it done for us, so. Now this Ole Miss Kentucky game is looking pretty tasty, boys. 22-19. That is such a SEC score.
Absolutely.
There's been a safety or something weird that's happened.
What a mess. What a mess this game is.
What a mess.
General Booty getting the round of applause here
Hey.
at Okie Tonk.
If there's one thing that can save us now, it's a booty call.
Alec
The end of
Cassidy.
a bad day, a booty call always saves it.
Win in a drought. Win in a drought, boys.
Alec Cassidy on the stream here says Barnes kind of reminds him of a young DeMarco Murray. And I like that comparison.
Yeah.
I like the body type comparison. I mean, very much
Very
a gifted
exact
runner.
body type.
Yep.
Not super speedy, but powerful. Got a burst, and just he lets it develop. Like he runs with a presence, but he also he gets it.
Yeah,
you know what
right.
I mean?
Sometimes it's easy to remember how we've been spoiled around here with the quarterbacks, right?
Yeah,
But we forget we've been spoiled with some running backs around
Absolutely.
Norman as well. Some of these dudes we've seen are
like
pretty,
as
pretty salty.
explosive as Mixon was, like he would let it develop a little.
Yeah.
Wow.
Paul Carr. I love that. The stream has gotten dark.
Uh-oh.
Paul Carr says Gabriel Stevens. Crap, they'd be lucky to be the next Vanderbilt.
Woo.
Ouchie wawa.
Well, you know what? Bring the hate. Let's get through it. This is the time to vent.
Spicy on the stream.
But at the same time, let's see how that booty looks.
Javier Garza, world class here, sir. This is world class content. The guy who puts the G string in the third string. The guy who puts the G string in the third string, General Booty.
All right.
Yeah, I love it.
Working on
There
them
we go.
G's.
Yeah, it's getting dark here in the.
The head G right there.
What do we got here? Oh. Little soccer update.
From your daughter.
Cal.
Oh, nice. Cal scored a
There we
goal in the
go.
first play.
He scored a goal in the first play. He was the most defensive-minded kid you'd ever meet in your life. And they begged him to go try to score a goal, but he's like, no. He thinks he's the fastest kid in the world.
Let's see what I got on my phone. Oh,
I mean,
little,
he's pretty fast, but
little
he
update
thinks he's
from my
fast.
parents. Holy crap, they're
Hello.
talking to Wes and Sam. My
Yeah.
parents are proud of you guys.
hey,
That's cool.
we're
Tell
all
Mom
proud
and
of
Pops
you
to say hello.
There you go.
and love it. Tell mom and dad hi.
Wes, you
Yeah.
got some of your people on the stream right now.
Uh-oh.
CW says time for that booty bump.
Where's my people's at?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who's CW? How did we see who CW? I don't know what that. There's a-
No. I'm just saying the comment is very much a Wes Sims comment.
Yeah. Do we know who CW is?
Oh, no.
I like it. Appreciate you.
Second 8.
Okay. Oh, yep.
Come
That
on.
kind of opened up.
You got to be kidding me.
Oh. Ouch. That hurts.
That pains my stomach.
That hurts.
You know, it's funny. Everybody talks about third downs, and third down stats kind of are what they are. But when you're at second and 8, that creates the third downs and longs that win the world, right?
Right.
Nobody ever thinks of winning the war, winning the battle at second.
Nobody's home, untouched, in between the hashes.
And now he's waving at the little frog.
Yeah, that hurts.
I'm just telling you right now.
We got to get some more big boys up front.
Sonny Dykes is going to score.
He's going to score all the points.
Yep. He is not going to pull any punches here.
But is Sonny Dykes ready for this booty call?
If I had to guess, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. He's ready for the impending booty call. Harold Hayes on the socials says somewhere Alex Grinch is laughing.
Somewhere Alex Grinch is. I don't know.
Yeah,
I got nothing for that.
I got nothing.
It's just too easy. And right now we kind of are too.
Ouch. How many times have they had a big long play where they just got to wave at the frog as they ran by it?
Be a baker's dozen, Bob.
A baker's dozen.
I got to be better about tweeting during why I'm doing this. Do this also.
Hey, it doesn't count unless you got like 7 social medias going.
Right.
That's too many. Tell all the other medias to check into this media.
That's what I'm doing right now.
The socials are a bit much.
I'm saying the live stream is getting savage. Hop on in.
It's getting weird over here.
Bring on the spicy crew. It is spicy time.
The Sports Animal Twitter or Facebook.
They've hit half 100 on their way to 70. Bring in the spice, kids.
I mean, the over was the biggest no-brainer of the week in this game, right? Like, I don't know who wouldn't have picked that. But
I wanted to sell my car and put it on the over, but then what would I do with the $1,400 that I win?
Nice. I wonder,
So I'm on a thread with a bunch of former OU players.
Oh boy, what's that sound like?
I can read about every fifth one of them. It's very interesting. Lots of enthusiasm, I would say.
Oh dear, we have an Aaron Judge timeout.
62.
Oh dear.
Hey, look, we have our own chase to 62 right now. We're watching TCU play.
Yeah. They hadn't hit half 100 yet.
This guy could be like 5th on the list if he goes yard here.
Dude, they just cut away from the game completely now. Like they're not even split screening the game anymore.
I mean, really, he's won.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, we may show you Aaron Judge's 167th strikeout of the season as opposed to the TCU Oklahoma football game.
Here we go. Oh.
A home run would be cool.
1-1 here? Okay. Here we go. Give them the meatball right over the plate.
Comes set 47 times, like they're not supposed to.
Oh,
that was a nice
one. I felt like that was
gettable. Ricky Vaughn.
That was gettable.
Give him the heater.
I will say that had a little funky chicken to it.
It did at the end, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Something on the back end there.
All right, we're back with a split screen.
Yeah, just zoom back in on Judge here. We're good. See him hit this dinger. Oh. Yeah. 48-17.
Remember when Brett Favre let Reggie White sack him?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the was it Reggie? No. It was Strahan. Excuse me. Yeah, he let Strahan sack him so he can get the record. Obviously, that's the only
on
charity that Brett
SportsCenter.
Favre's ever been good at.
Was that a Monday night game? Is that why I remember this
I can't
story?
remember if it was Monday night or not, but he rolled out to the right. I'll never
Prime
forget it.
time or Monday night. It was something.
It was something
Game
that made
of the week.
Yeah. It wasn't no split
Oh.
screen on a Saturday afternoon, I don't think.
Was that a
that a booty shot?
call there?
Oh, I
They struck him
called
out?
it. 165th
No,
strikeout of the season,
Bevel's back
baby.
in.
Oh, Bevel.
Bevel's back in.
Well, there will be no booty call today. Feels like that kind of day anyway.
Al's gonna lose his mind.
If I were a betting
Who's that?
man,
Al Aspect.
Why for? Oh, that's not gonna work.
hey, cheers to this guy. It's the only booty I'll be getting all day.
Yeah. Well, the purple people eaters are super happy.
Oh yeah, they're hyped up.
Oh, they will get fired
They're
up.
playing. They're playing it, man. They're looking good.
You guys,
They are looking
yeah,
good.
I just moved back up from down there.
I was gonna
Well,
say, didn't
yeah.
you live down in Denton?
Yeah, I was living in Denton and just moved back up here, 5-6 weeks ago. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. I'm still fresh being back home.
Welcome back.
Thank you, buddy. But those frogs don't mess around down there. They will get after it.
No,
No, oh yeah, they can play.
those frogs bite.
No,
Wow.
I'm good.
We're good for now.
I'm good. Thank you.
I always liked the TCU
That's
girls.
cute.
Even back in my college days, I was a fan of the TCU girls.
Were they a fan of you?
No,
Nah,
none of
I
that.
never saw
No.
TCU girls.
I had to work way too hard for that stuff.
Oh,
Ay, ay, ay.
I'll take it. We don't need a punt return on top of this
Right.
mess. And all right,
we'll
30
give,
yards.
Yeah, we'll give you the 29 or so.
This is those moments where, as a producer, you can give us some insight. So I don't know who's going to be producing. I think it might be Matt Meyer,
Okay.
who is in the post game show.
Yeah.
But like, talk about the kind of stress that goes into writing the dumb button
Yeah,
in a situation
Dude.
like this.
it's real.
Those dudes will be uncorked. There's only a 10-second delay.
Yeah. It is real. You definitely got to pay attention. When you get
Good
into like a
Lord.
fun project or something, you're working on something, looking up for the guys.
Did they just score again?
That's where it gets dangerous.
No,
Oh, what was that?
one of the replays.
Oh, okay. I panicked a little bit.
There's what, 7, 6?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Oh, look at there.
My good friend called it a baker's dozen earlier.
Yeah, I just saw 4 guys with their hand on the ground.
Hey,
All right.
and they gained 6 inches.
Oh, did Deshaun White ever come back out? I never even looked. It looked like he got hurt on the last play of the first half.
I didn't either. Let's try to take a peek.
Oh, guys, in the stream, in the chat area, I mean, I'm at a loss for words here. There's so much work to be done. I mean, if you could start somewhere, where would you
Oh.
start? I mean, it's got to be the defensive linebackers, and it looks more like a personnel issue, right?
I don't
like
think we have enough
dudes.
bodies
Yes,
to support what we need to do up front.
right.
Yeah,
I mean, it's pretty obvious.
yeah, the dudes just aren't there right now. Last week, the linebackers, the backers, they hurt my stomach. And
Right.
yeah, you big hog guys, you know the X's and O's far more than I do. But just watching those backers get trounced last week,
They got beat up.
nowhere, anywhere in the county, that hurt my feelings a lot.
Well, I mean, you can look at it this way. That's the 3rd time they've highlighted a TCU offensive lineman. And all I saw was senior and 300 pounds.
Yep.
Yeah,
And that pretty
Right.
much says it all.
This is what this league is made up of this year. This is the thing that I cannot stress enough. For that defense for Oklahoma, they will face a talented, old, experienced offensive line every single week, but next week in Kansas. That is it. You
Woo!
got seniors and
It's gonna be
juniors
tough.
everywhere.
it's your one shot to get on the pups next week.
Right.
Ay.
Oh no. Get the Shorthorns and then the Hawks. They're not Jayhawks anymore. They're full-on Hawks.
Shout out to my dad who's
Ooh.
in the stream.
Is he
Hey, Sam, that's a
talking-
nice shirt.
That's a lot of
What up,
fun.
Papa Mays?
Thanks, Dad. I appreciate
I
it.
love it. Is that the nicest thing he said to you in a while?
Oh, no. That as he's gotten older, he's gotten softer.
That is a good looking shirt,
Yeah.
though.
I was expecting him to bring a little more heat.
He's definitely got the best looking shirt here.
Yeah.
He just told me to stop talking shit about the D-line. Dad was an All-American nose guard at West Point in the late 80s. And
Nice.
we still have the fights about
I wish we
the
had one
O-line,
of
D-line.
those. I wish we
That's
had one
old
of those.
school tough right there. I like it.
It's my dad. See what he says?
I was rocking my Army T-shirt yesterday. He'd be proud of me.
Love it.
Ever since Army, it coulda, shoulda came to Norman and
God, that
took
was
care of
close.
business.
That was the craziest game I think I've ever watched.
I went and bought a shirt that I was like, dude, I'm a fan of these guys. Holy cow.
Yeah.
So Mr. Buckets on the stream says, I thought Smitty was supposed to have changed this team. Ha ha.
And it's a little more time
Yeah.
to undo what was done.
A little more time. I was on Twitter tweeting pictures of the Oklahoma Sooner truck with the big cojones on the back for the year 2022.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And, yeah, it's not looking so good. The cojones are gone.
They're gone.
They're going to run it.
They're shrunken and gone.
Oh. So we got 4th and 2 in the Michigan-Iowa game. And I think we all know what's going to happen here.
That is a beautiful Big Ten sentence, by the way. Just we have 4th and 2 in the Michigan-Iowa game.
100%.
And Iowa's going to go
It
for
tracks.
it. And they're going to run it.
100%. 100% what's going to happen there.
They got 3, maybe 4 tight ends. Oh, he's going to throw it. Didn't make it. Oh, and we got a flag.
Oh, dear.
And that might be a push-off on the giant guy that didn't catch it.
I'm going to
Mark's
sneak
going
off
back
here
in?
and let
All
Mark
right.
back
Yeah,
in.
very cool.
Hey,
Yeah.
thanks, guys. Enjoyed the visit.
Yeah,
Great
enjoyed
to
it.
see
It's good to
y'all.
talk to you, my
Great
friend.
to see y'all. It's good to be home.
Hey, thoughts and prayers
Oh.
to your mom and,
Yes,
and hope
thank
everything's good. And you headed back to the hospital?
Yeah, I'll be headed back that way. Thank you. The family appreciates it. And,
Yep.
yeah, thanks for letting me swing in. And now that I'm back home, I'll come by and give you guys a hard time once in a while.
Absolutely.
Love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Love it.
RJ Dupree.
Uh-oh. All the above.
Oh, man.
Not saying we shouldn't lose, but to get absolutely dominated 2 weeks in a row, yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow. I mean, I get that 100%.
Losing a tough game at home, and then this one's just a full-on whooping.
Right. And then here's the other thing. Like, you can't even look at this. Like, I could tell you that Chris Kleiman is a great coach and that he's got, he's been there for a minute and he understands his player personnel and all the stuff. Sonny Dykes is a year one coach just like Venables. And the thing is, his team is out there executing. They have a plan and they have executed. Like, I would tell you that in a skills competition, OU defense would jump higher, run faster, all the things. But they have not executed one single bit in this game. And on the flip side, TCU's out there in their 3-man front and they're handling business. They're getting guys down to the ground, getting turnovers. I mean,
that 3-man front played to their advantage because we came out trying to establish the pass, gave up too many points, and now we played right into that 3-man front. If we would have came out, ran the ball, established a little dominance, ate a little play clock off where we
Right.
didn't have a 2-hour and 15-minute first half. I mean, we added 45 minutes onto that first half, letting them do whatever they wanted.
I don't think this compares in any way to last week. I mean,
No,
that
this
was
is
a competitive
significantly worse.
game.
Yeah.
And
This is just a beating.
And after last week, Brent Venables walked up to the podium and said, "It was a bad day. We're going to be better. We'll go back to the way things were in the first 3 games." That's not at all the case. This is a systematic destruction of
Right.
Oklahoma on defense, which that's why he was hired. This is a worse defensive performance than Alex Grinch had
Right.
or that Mike Stoops had. I mean, this is ugly. If TCU needed to score points, if the OU offense could keep up with them today, they'd still be scoring.
is that Weiss? Oh no. Let me ask you this, Mark. This is the stat king of this table here. When is the last time that OU was outside of the top 25? Because they're going to drop out after this one.
They dropped out in 2020.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they did. When they lost to Iowa State and Kansas State.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
In 2020, they dropped out, but they got back in. And again, that year they won the Big 12.
Right. Ended up back in the top 10. That is not going to happen this year.
No.
That is not going to happen.
What do you think the point spread?
Different vibe.
What will the point spread be? OU Texas next week.
Let's say Texas beats West Virginia by a touchdown. Texas is probably favored by 10.
No, it'll be within
7.
3 either way.
You think?
Yeah, OU's favored by 3.5 going in
right now.
It won't move that much, but I think Texas. If Texas is favored by any more than 3, I'll be shocked. But I think Texas is now the favorite.
I don't know, man. Like I feel nothing but hope, like hopeless here. Like I don't know where they go from here. And some, it's a personnel thing, it's a scheme thing, it's everything. Like everything is not right. I don't know how else to put. Rarely am I speechless in a football game, but this is so bad across the board that it's almost hard to like wrap your head around. Like I'll go back and watch this game 2 times before we do our show on Monday, and I'll have a better idea of specifically what went wrong, but it's a mess. The only bright spot is I would say the guys up front, the offensive line, which is crazy to say this because they're down by so many points. I would say that they've had a successful campaign, right? Yeah. They've kept quarterbacks clean. There's holes to run the ball.
Dillon had no pressure on him. We just weren't
just all day.
He's got time. They're just outplaying us.
Throw the flag there. Where is the flag there?
There it is.
I was about to say, that's insane.
I think one thing which will be spared of this week is the backup quarterback discussion. You can say Dylan Gabriel is not what you expected him to be, but it's not, hey, let's put somebody else in there.
Yeah, there is no,
we may keep going and going and going.
Right. Just hit it.
Launch, lowered head,
and then humped him a little bit afterwards.
Oh, you can't. Yeah. That's a little bit much there.
Look at this. That's outside the framework of the game. But if I'm Sonny Dykes, you're mad that he did that. But at the same time, I'm just telling you from somebody who played against Oklahoma, when you can do this, everybody wants to do this.
Oh, absolutely.
Like they 100% want to take the shots.
But you have to bring your A game every week because you're getting everybody else's best shot
100%.
every week.
This is the most hated brand in this league by far. Like everybody wants to beat the hell out of Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
And rarely does anybody get an opportunity to do so.
And it's going to be the same way when we go into the SEC. Everybody's going to want to be the ones to shut us down. The new kids on the block.
I need to understand so someone needs to help me understand why Lebby is allowing that big giant kid to run the football.
It's bad.
Like you cannot.
He's not a runner.
These two things are not the same. Belleville and Gabriel are not the same thing.
No.
So when you put him in a situation where he's doing a zone read,
good.
like you expect, that's an epic failure. Like you never give that kid the chance to run the ball like that. That's insane. That's insanity.
He's not a speedster, and he's on the sideline with his helmet off, bent over. So we're going to need a pep talk from BV here.
Yeah, what's today's press conference message? What is it? What's the post game message?
Oh my God! Look at my father's latest deal. Them TCU boys trying to give OU that Texas sausage. This is your contribution, Dad.
Yep. Appreciate it. Facts. Hashtag facts.
Why haven't we had him on the show, Sam?
Oh, yeah. We need to get that. Because the last time I had my dad do a pregame show was before West Point.
I'm not talking about this show. I'm talking about the Sports Animal show.
Oh, yeah. This is what I'm telling. Last time I had him on the radio, that dude said shit 12 times in a 4-minute interview.
Have him on the radio.
Now, can we go and get that on the live stream here? Absolutely. I'll send him a link next week. We'll get that going, but that is not radio safe. Yeah, there's no way. No way.
Seems appropriate at this point.
You're right. Yeah, I'm right there with you, BMG TV. Yes, why is Levy running Belleville? That seems crazy. Like, if I'm Belleville, I'm going up to the
strange.
sidelines. I'm like, bruh, I'm
He's
not
like
trying
a-
to take to
He's
run
a
zone
big-
reads.
Physical kid, but he doesn't run like it.
Right.
That is not Bulldozer 2.0 by any means. He's going to have to let go of this ball.
I'm going to let Twitter know that my dad is in the live stream. That'll get people real excited.
Oh, yeah.
Do we want to get into the superlatives of this? I mean, this is the worst OU football performance since Wes was in 5th grade.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're going back that far?
Maybe since the last game I played against USC.
No,
That was a
that
whooping.
was a really good team. I understand.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
good.
That was
This, I don't know. I mean, we're making them look like there's a reason why they're the last undefeated team in the state of
31-point
Texas.
game where you're rotating quarterbacks and, you know.
Everybody can't look like the best team ever. You got to throw the ball, kid.
What I talked about today on KOCO is how's OU beaten TCU 8 straight times, and how are they 11-1 against them
Right.
since they've been in the Big 12? I said because they've got better players.
100%.
They've had better players.
Yep.
Today they don't have better players. I don't
No.
know, and that could mean a lot of things. Is that it's not great effort by OU today, but I don't think TCU, when Lincoln Riley left Oklahoma, passed OU in terms of their roster and what kind of players they had. This is a pretty systemic failure on OU's part. This is disgusting.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting.
bad.
It's terrible.
It's
it's
really
bad.
bad.
I, think
right
I
now.
mean, they're playing with the effort of this guy in the stands.
That
Yeah.
poor dude.
That guy.
That's why you
That
don't wear a
says it all.
jersey to a game.
That says it all.
That's
We just don't have people to put 4 down. We'll just bring people
Oh, my
off the
God.
edge, get blocked.
Are you kidding me?
And this happens.
Are you kidding me with this play? You get 2 lead blockers and a guy running and nobody
and
on
just
that
no
side of the
one
field.
outside of the
Yeah.
field.
Bring in like a safety off the edge instead of a defensive lineman. You can't blow that up. That's
Look
not
at this.
going to work.
That's a beautiful
You
play.
got a lineman blocking
Look,
like a
Duggan's
safety.
and Duggan is just like, cool. I'll do this all day,
Yeah.
all day long.
I mean, they see the same thing that we saw the first play of the game. This particular scheme isn't going to work.
There you go.
Get him.
Oh,
Get him.
Stutzman. Good
Wow.
Lord.
Yeah, it's bad. It's just really
Good
bad.
Lord. I mean, all but wrapped up in the
Danny's
backfield.
You got to lock on.
He gets shrugged off, and it's a 14-yard game.
Does he not wear the new gloves with the sticky
Good
stuff where
Lord.
you can grab anything? Is he not wearing those? Danny's getting drugged, man. He's not having a good game.
What a mess.
You got to get RB down in the backfield there.
Good water? Yes, please. Thank you. Bro, total yards. TCU has 620 total yards.
They're not even trying. They
No,
can keep going. I'm saying
they're
if
trying to
OU
kill the clock.
There is a
finally.
If OU
whole
was
nother
scoring in this
quarter to
game,
go.
Still
they
the
might
third
have
quarter.
1,000 yards.
Like, this is wow. This Stutzman wrapped him up there. He's in there. He's just got to make it the play.
120 yards.
Yeah.
There was a time in the Big 12, what, Mark? 11, 12, 10 maybe, where the defense has left the entire league, and you would see how many yards did Mixon and those boys have in Tech? Wasn't that like almost a 2,000-yard game between the two of them?
Yeah.
Like this league is not that anymore. And
No.
for them to have 620 yards of physical football yardage.
Listen, this is, I mean, I don't even have to think about this. This is the worst performance an OU football team has had since John Blake was the coach.
Wow.
No, it's
This is
easy.
bad.
It's not even disputable. When Bob took over in 99, they spent the entire offseason working their ass off, and they led in every game from a team that was 5-6 the year before, but really not as good as
Great
that.
point.
And then the next year they won the national championship, and they dominated for a pretty long time. And then it went a little haywire in there a couple of times, and there were some losses that were unexpected. West Virginia, Boise State, Baylor in 2014, Kansas State at home, a couple of those games in there, but they always got it fixed.
Touchdown.
But this
That
is
defense is not the answer.
no way to put it other than embarrassing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
This 3-man front is not the answer. I mean, I would run all day against this defense at running back.
the comparison too, Mark, is when Stoops did that in 2000. You could argue that was the best conference in college football, and I'm not just talking about Texas and Nebraska, who was just coming off a national championship conversation. I'm talking about deep, super deep, and Stoops was able to accomplish what he did. This league looks a little bit more like that one without the high-end players as far as national title contenders, but this is like my biggest concern now with a minute to go in the third quarter, y'all, is this is something that they will see every week. Like, there's not one team in this league that's not going to offer them.
Nobody thinks TCU is going to win the Big 12.
No.
We didn't talk about that going into
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Like, you can't. There's not one game now that Oklahoma couldn't lose in this league. Not one.
Hacksaw Max Duggan. I need to check my fantasy league. He is going to win me some money.
Yep. Yep.
Unbelievable day.
BMG TV says Mark, it's as bad as Schnellenberger.
Yeah, look at that.
Hey, Schnellenberger.
5% of people took him. He's got 53 points.
Yeah, that's what's
It's
up.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
No, it got bad with Schnellenberger. The BYU bowl game that with Gibbs before Schnellenberger was a tough spot, but that's not even in the realm of a 38-point deficit going into the third quarter where, you know, quarterback depth, it's bad. I just think, how bad is my timing? I thought that the Nebraska game was going to be the week that OU kind of, didn't play as well. But
the TCU running back has 136 yards rushing.
My dad brings up a big point in the live stream. He says that this is going to hurt recruiting.
2 100-yard rushers.
Like if
I was a recruit and I wanted to play, I'd be licking my chops because there's some opportunities.
100%.
Here.
If you're a defensive recruit and you're looking at Oklahoma right now,
opportunities.
Every spot is open
and
for
play
every one of them. Yeah,
right now,
especially in the secondary. Recruiting is such a fickle world, and it's such an emotional world. And, at the drop of a hat, something can change. And then, you just never know. You have so many commitments right now, but those dudes flip-flop in a heartbeat. This is what Mark is saying, is using terms like embarrassing and disgusting. It is. It really is.
It's really
and people don't like to be associated with losers. They don't like to be associated with teams that are getting their butt beat. This is going to be a rough week for Oklahoma.
It's going to be rough for Brent. I mean, I think Brent has tried to recruit to a culture that isn't there yet. He has to look in the mirror and think, whatever toughness we had in practice is not translated to the field in a rough spot. And listen, Brent Venables doesn't deserve to be fired. I still think he can get this turned around and be the right guy for the job. I think everyone overreacted a little bit too much to, hey, look, Brent's going to fix this and all the things that Lincoln did wrong. Lincoln did a lot of things right.
Right.
Defense wasn't great, but offense was elite. Offense today has been bad. Defense has been undescribable.
Yeah. We gave up over 100 in 3 quarters. Not like halfway through 3 quarters. But I'll tell you one thing. Barnes has looked really impressive today.
Yeah, he runs hard.
And Harrison on the defense has been playing his ass off.
Yeah.
He has been out there making hits, trying to save other people's bones.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been playing. So we got some guys out there playing, but we haven't heard from Braden Willis since early in the first
I
quarter.
think that he's a great weapon, but you have to establish the run before you throw it to him.
Yeah.
I want to see him hand him the ball. Give him the ball.
Yeah, in any way, shape, or
to
form.
play.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to incorporate some Braden Willis into this offense. That guy is a game changer.
Who's this? Who just carried the ball there? 29? Is that what it was?
I couldn't see that.
I don't
Is
know
that
who that.
Sawchuck?
Yeah, I think so.
Or
Oh, yeah. I'd love to see some Braden Willis in the backfield.
Burlap says this reminds me of the USC title game.
no. It's one of the best teams in college football history. Momentum went wrong early. And to compare the people like Wes on the field in that day is ridiculous to compare it to the people that are blocking out here today in Fort Worth. It's stupid.
Mr. Buckets asked, does Nick Evers get a shot in this game? I'm not putting him in this game. Why would I want to put that stink on him? There's no way. It's a true freshman. Like, there's nothing he can do at this point to be positive.
He's suited up there today.
I think Wes is right. I'm not sure he's suited up.
A true freshman, the fourth game in conference.
If you think that he can – remember, Davis Beville came in for Kenny Pickett last year and played in a BCS bowl game. That's going to be better than ever.
Yeah.
Right.
And that got him an offer. It's Oklahoma. I mean, there could be a booty call, but I think that's about as far as it's going to go.
Booty's in.
Is he?
No, Booty's played.
Oh, okay.
He's been in the last 2 series. He's not.
Well, they've handed it to
Heck,
Barnes
I didn't
every
even-
play, so who would know? So that's, open it up a little bit.
Darren Miner. Ralph Rucker time.
What did he say?
Ralph Rucker time.
Oh, yeah. Get inside your buddy.
K-State up 17 on Tech. My 12-pack is not looking so good. While we're criticizing OU, I would like to criticize Iowa's 4th and 2 call from the 5-yard line. They threw a 1 yard out, which was incomplete.
Oh,
Not going to get the first down or the points needed to try to cover the
You
spread.
got to know who
Can
you
give me
are.
an update here? It's now. Okay.
oh, it's gone.
This
Yeah.
is really looking
They're
bad.
not going to put up 20 points in 53 seconds.
So
They
after
did just
my-
complete a 17-yard pass, though. So there's that.
They're going
It's
to
their
need 2
first pass
scores.
completion of the game.
No chance. So I started off 1-0 with Tulane. I am losing the OU game for sure. Texas Tech looks pretty bleak at this point. Iowa is in significant trouble. Where are we on the Mississippi-Kentucky game? That's right there.
Somebody
I need to get out of this 2 and 3.
I got you, Kansas State and Tech.
22-19
I'm in
still.
trouble.
That's
This
Ole
is going to be
Miss.
1 and 4. It's an 0 and 4 starts of the day, which means for the rest of the weekend, I can only lose one more game, or I'm going to owe you 2
And,
pizzas.
Oh, yeah.
Kentucky might be house call.
If Ole
inside
Miss
the
doesn't
10.
cover, I want Kentucky to win.
What do they got to cover?
7.
Ooh,
No, it's fine. It's
Oh, it's a
fine.
minute and 10 seconds to go.
Kentucky's inside the 10.
Hey,
I
this is.
do not mind paying Sam a couple of pizzas.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Are you going to, where are they going to be
Oh.
from?
This
What
is
do you
the
want?
pizza shop.
I have no
right
idea.
here. Oh, this.
I have no idea.
Real.
It surprised me.
No, what's
Like,
the
do you know?
okay.
Do you know good pizza around here?
Oh, touchdown!
What's your favorite pizza place?
Touchdown!
I can't believe you asked me that question.
What?
That I know good pizza. Of course I know good pizza. I
Oh.
know good pizza everywhere.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you like? What kind? All meat?
Oh, all meat.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Let's see what this call is. This is for a pizza. Oh,
Oh, no.
you still got a chance.
No, I don't have a chance. Kentucky's got the ball, right?
Yeah, but they just called back a
That's
touchdown
fine.
pass.
I need Ole Miss to win by 7. Kentucky's trying to go score to win the
Oh.
game.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they throw a pick six, Mark. Let's be a little optimistic here.
I'm giving up on my optimism there.
Hey, you're within a score.
I would like
I don't know what that feels like right now.
I'd like to pay these pizzas off.
So we are we're going to get out of here probably about 6-7 minutes ago in the fourth and get ready for the post game show. Those guys are going to be up and ready to go. I can only imagine that Traver and Al are going to be must listen to radio, no question, as the Sooners have taken one of the most embarrassing losses they've had in the last 30, 40 years.
It's been
Might
It's been
just
30
be-
years.
They just might be talking about what's going on around Oklahoma City area.
the So next week, instead of guaranteeing a 7-5
booty
record,
call
I'm going to
to
give you 5 and
Barnes.
7. I guarantee
Looking
we're going to
good.
drop it down a little.
Okay,
bit. You
yeah,
can still
that'll
pay
work.
me, but I will pay off the pizzas.
That'll work.
Wait a minute here. Hold on. If Tech can score here
Where's
and
the
kick the
Tech
extra point, I
game?
can get inside the 11. Oh, no, 8.5.
It was 8.5. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's a touchdown.
Oops.
God, Belleville's back in the game. Or is that Booty? 11 is Belleville.
Yeah, Belleville was trying to keep that ball, and Barnes straight took it from him. He wants to run. That's what's worse.
Here's a question of the evening right now. Bill Lockett says, realistically, what can we hope for the rest of the year? I'm not going to tell you that it's. I mean, it's. I don't know, man. Bill, I'll be honest with you. There's a bunch of really good teams in this league this year. There's a bunch of teams that are playing balanced offense, have great offensive lines, have excellent quarterback play. Right now, OU's probably got the worst defense in the league, probably the 5th best or 6th best quarterback in the league, and nothing but confusion. I mean, this is going to be a tough year for OU if they don't bounce back.
I think what you can look forward to is there's going to be one week where they play better than we expect against a team that you think might beat them. I mean,
They're gonna
it's not
have
they're
an
not gonna
upset
lose
at some
every
point.
game like this. They might win next week in a game that looks to
Yeah,
be
that
pretty close.
would go a long ways in salvaging the narrative. There's no doubt you beat Texas.
It's like you got to get yourself prepared for a rebuilding year.
I think
mean,
a loss though is in. I mean, a loss could happen any week. There's
Right.
even if you talk about Texas next week or Kansas the week following, is that this type of performance on defense, this type of effort, and has to be called out. This type of coaching effort, it's all that bad.
Who's T. Walker? Got him in running
Tommy
back?
Walker,
Tommy Walker.
Tawi.
Oh, nice. Tommy with a good block there. Michigan game is finished.
It does
But we
suck.
have finished the fourth.
Like-
We're in the fourth quarter.
Like, as much as you want to have the conversation about, Lincoln Riley, and there's a whole bunch of Sooner fans and people in Oklahoma that are cheering against them. This does make it like a little bitter, doesn't it? This guy says Lincoln Riley laughing all the way to the bank.
He is, but I mean, we see what he left us with and where it was going. I mean, they're going to put up a lot of points, but eventually somebody's going to figure out a way to stop that offense. I mean, they only last so long, but the defensive scheme that he has clearly does not work.
Get in there. There we
Wow.
go. There's a nice strike.
Was that Bevel?
Yes, that was Bevel.
Holy cow, he can throw it.
I'll tell you
All
right now,
let's just
Barnes.
put Barnes in and just run it until we score. I don't want to see anybody trying to throw it. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Just don't get too cute. Let's.
As you know, obviously this is going to be a big crap on OU day. The post game is going to be brutal. The
We
calls
got
are
a
going to be
flag.
brutal. All the things.
We're not done
no.
yet, Sam.
No, this is a. They came in running in
This
late.
is going to be.
This is not on OU. This is on TCU.
No, this is going to be a personal foul. Offsides. 2 fouls. Okay, it's a touchdown. We're good.
Javier Garza says, "Give me some Johnny Walker." Yeah. Positive. What are the positives that we can take out of this? Barnes is a positive. Farouk is a positive.
Barnes, Farouk,
Yeah.
Harrison.
I thought played like he with some fire underneath his.
Harrison was sticking his helmet and hand everywhere. He broke up a touchdown pass. I mean, Harrison looked great.
I thought the OU offensive line played well.
The O-line played fantastic.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks had all day. They
Yeah.
either weren't getting rid of the ball or nobody was open.
Yeah, that's definitely the best offensive line performance of the season.
Yeah, they played great. It's just a lot of passing plays. Would have looked a lot better if we would have, established a run a little bit earlier. But, those are all recipes for a 2 hour and 15-minute first half. And that's what we got.
So Texas has.
If you're looking at this, if you look back historically, I don't think there's any doubt that this is the worst loss that OU's had in the last quarter century. Brent Venables got fired after losing to Clemson in the Peach Bowl.
Yeah.
Basically in 2014. That was 40-6. That's pretty bad. That's 34. This one is 31 at this point. But that Clemson team, backup quarterback, you could probably argue that either way was that loss worse. That was a pretty bad loss. But it did spawn something that rejuvenated OU football and got them back into the national picture and playoffs and things like that. 34-point loss to Baylor in 2014. The same. That year was pretty bad. 44-10 against Oklahoma State 2011 was bad, but I'll put this up there against any of those games.
Yeah, I would agree to that.
It was so easy for TCU on offense, and really they got into a mode in where they didn't have to do a whole lot.
Yeah. No,
Still
there
got
was.
55.
There was probably a good 16 minutes of this game, 15 minutes of this game where TCU could have taken whatever they wanted, but they just chose to run the ball down the field.
Losing to Texas in 2005 in a team that Vince Young played for, that was a bad loss against a really good defense. But
That's a national championship team, though.
it was. No, my point exactly. Losing to USC was also a national championship team. You get beat sometimes bad by good teams. This is a TCU team that I'm not sure will finish at the top 3 of the Big 12 this year. I don't think they're going to the Big 12 championship game.
No,
today.
absolutely
There's gonna
not.
be
Their
much
defense
tougher
is.
They
opponents
are
coming up.
going to think they can until somebody proves them otherwise.
Oh
after
yeah,
this,
but
though.
someone's going to light that defense up this
But
year.
they're going to be there for it. And, we had all the opportunities in the first half. We had just as many drops as we did incompletions of guys that were wide open.
Right.
So, it was the opportunities are there to throw against this defense. And we didn't take advantage of it. And here we are. Now we've been exposed without being able to strike back.
Darren Miner on Twitter says, or on Facebook, but who can forget Wes and the Eagles dominated Teddy Lehman and the Tigers?
Yes, sir.
What was the score of that? 46-6? Something like that?
No, we shut them out.
You did.
46-0.
Okay.
The fact that you got the 46 right is ridiculous.
That's
Like
awesome.
that mind of
whooping,
yours
sir.
What a cover there.
is blowing, mind blowing.
Hey, Sam,
What?
we covered.
Covered that for sure.
Real question: did OU appear to be slower than TCU in the skilled positions? TCU's got some dudes on the edges that can run, that can flat out run.
Yeah, they got some really fast guys.
Yeah.
When you're out of position and getting
They
your ass
beat up.
handed to you,
Like the team. So we just talked about the good things. The worst case scenario that was OU secondary is just brutal. Like they can't do anything on the back end, and
We
because they
had
can't, like
some
give
guys
me
disappear.
a defensive front that can stop the run 1-on-1, or give me a secondary that at least allows the defensive line some time to get to the passer. And we have neither one of those. And I
We
think the
got
secondary is probably worse than the
3/4 of a
defensive line.
defensive front.
Well,
Right.
I've never seen more busts or guys wide open. That's not how
Right.
you draw up
Just
defense.
wide open. 21 points, easy to mistakes here.
Well, we've seen a lot of guys wide open the last few years. Let's be honest. Nobody in the picture frame wide open, and we had a couple of those today, but we've seen that the last few years. And with a guy like Duggan, when you're going to sell out, you got to get pressure,
Right.
and we just don't have the horses up front to get that done right now.
Here's a tweet from a guy, John Daddy for Life. It says, this is up there as an embarrassing loss, but LSU blowout, USC blowout, Baylor blowout at home. You're talking about a Baylor team that could have competed for the national championship in the college football playoff, an LSU team that might have been the greatest college football team of all time,
No
and
question.
a USC team that's in that discussion. TCU today is not, to me, in contention to win the Big 12.
They're
This
4-0, and that's as
is
far
the
as
worst.
it goes right now.
Yeah.
They
Those
haven't
games were
played
bad.
anybody. They broke it off in us, but that's starting to be a trend within the Big 12 conference. There's some teams, there's a lot of really good teams in our conference. And you may not see that by the end of the year because we all play each other. You're going to have a lot of teams you may have a lot of 3 or 4 loss teams that are solid teams in this conference.
Daryl Collins says, do you think that the coaches can turn this program around from right where they're at right now? Well, yeah, I mean, I
this
think
season,
probably not. This season is going to be
I mean, it's going to get turned around.
Yeah.
We're finding out there's a lot more work to do than we thought, is what we're
Right.
finding. And we're going to get there. We got the right people in place. We just got to keep recruiting and bringing the right guys.
I got to tell you, I can't say that right now. The recruiting is going well, but this defensive game plan performance today, I can't say that.
right.
I can't say it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Brent should be fired or anything like that. I just think that they've got to earn it. They can't just show up and talk about it and expect it to happen. They got to earn it. So they got next week to earn it. They got the next week to earn it, but there's no guarantee that next week or the next week or the next week isn't going to be L going
Right.
forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is a total collapse. Game plan, execution, adjustments. And on the flip side, to go along with what my dad was saying as far as the athletes on the field, there were many a play that today was 50-50, right? That OU could have made a play on, but TCU was the better. They went up and beat those kids.
Yeah.
Like, that's also a mentality. Like, they should never lose those one-on-one battles like that.
You have to also be fair. I think Brent, and I have to be fair, Brent is recruiting different type of players, and these players that have been in this system haven't practiced tackling. They've reverted to some different type of behavior today. You're going to have to give, like Wes said, you're going to have to give them time to get this figured out. Now, giving them time could be some rough spots.
Right.
It could be 4 or 5 game losing streak in here, which is something that OU hasn't experienced since before Bob Stoops got to campus. It's going to be tough for fans to deal with.
I think,
But where the defense played today, any kind of argument about Dylan Gabriel being the wrong quarterback or not good enough that's not relevant. It's the defense that has to get fixed.
there was probably 6 balls today that people are going to argue about.
Yeah.
And 3 of them were drops. He hit them right in the hands, which were all first downs or home runs. And the other 3, he might have overthrown them a little bit. But if we get our guys to catch the 3 balls that hit them in the hand, I mean, if it hits a receiver in the hands, that's on them. If you get your hands on it, you're expected to catch the ball.
Here's Kerry Murdoch on Twitter. I don't even know how to do a post-game podcast after this. There was no 3rd and 16 in this game. This team just stinks.
Yeah, it's bad. So what it looks like from the outside, I mean, we don't have the big boys up front. I mean, we got a nose guard that's standing up right now. I mean, he just now put his hand down, but we've brought in a lot more and better players on the back end.
Oh, that's a big play by said nose guard.
Yep. He was rested. He didn't put his hand down.
Ellison, that was a nice play by him.
Yeah, he was a JUCO guy, wasn't he? But we brought in a couple of guys in the front that are good. We just don't have enough to rotate at 4 positions. I mean, maybe 2 or 3, but we don't have the horses to go at 4 positions. And we brought in a lot more guys on the back end that are better and bigger and stronger and faster. And I think we're leaning on that more because we've got, more athletes per se in the back than we do in the front. But when you don't have anybody in the front, you don't have to throw the ball.
Who is that kid?
I don't know. He's fast, though.
He's fast as hell.
Real
Was that the
fast.
quarterback?
Yeah,
That's the backup
we
quarterback?
need to hurt him and get Duggan back
Holy
in.
crap.
He's real fast.
He took off. I was like, what?
I was like, is that a receiver? Like, what is happening? It was like vintage Sterling Shepard in the backfield. It's like that boy. Dang.
My dad says, OU needs football players. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would help.
need some of that. We got a lot of weeds to pick out of this program right now. And some of them came in from other places where expectations are different, probably half of them. And some of them were here where the way they were pushed was different. And we got to mesh a lot of different things out there. And then each year you're bringing in 18 to 26 new players. So we'll see where it goes. But I think it's going to go in a lot better direction than it's been. This is the first year. It's going to take time.
Did you use Foshi's line that I gave you?
I did.
Okay.
I absolutely did.
Okay,
Last time this happened.
The
Yeah.
watch for 62 is on.
Yeah. Fort Worth
Two
and
boxing
in
this,
New York.
TCU at 55, Judge at 61.
TCU's
Who's
going
going
to
to
get
to
there.
62 faster?
Well, do we have
Dead
any?
heat.
Cisco wants us to get off for the radio show here a little early. We have any final thoughts on this thing? I feel like we've beaten a dead horse.
No, this is the worst performance I've seen at OU since Bob Stoops took over.
Yeah.
There's really no way to explain it. I think Brent has got to go to the press conference. I don't know what he says after he said last week was just kind of a one-off bad performance. It's ridiculous.
Wes, final thoughts?
A lot of things need to be worked on. We got to establish an identity for ourselves. We've got to figure out if we're going to come out and try to get our quarterback going or establish the run. I think we have the linemen to establish the run. I think we have the running backs to do it, but I just think we have to sell out to doing it, especially now that we don't know who our quarterbacks are, so everybody's going to over-dedicate to stopping the run. And I think at some point we're just going to have to stand up and decide who we are. We're running it or we're not.
I agree with everything that both of you guys have said. Once again, to stay positive, Barnes was a positive, Farouk was a positive,
Yeah.
Harrison was a positive, the entire Oklahoma offensive line was a positive. On the flip side, as far as coaching on the offense, I feel like Levy got a little caught up in the moment. I thought that maybe an attempt to run the ball more consistently from the beginning of the game maybe could have prevented some of these things. Everybody settled down a little bit. Defense stays off the field a little bit longer. I thought Eric Gray was a positive today, too, until he got nicked up and left the game.
Gray looked good. He's very effective with the ball. I love seeing a guy like Barnes come in. I mean, that guy can do so much for your offense as far as setting the tone, banging on people like Ramondre Stevenson did.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't a flashy guy, but he was so effective.
Barnes is going to be a good player.
Always fall forward for 2 or 3 yards every time he got the ball. And I think Barnes is fitting that mold. And him and Eric, and when we get Majors back, Majors is looking great this year. If we got those 3 guys, we can rotate all of them in, and I think we should take advantage and put all of them in and get 2 of them in at a time to try to, help us out and help confuse the defense a little.
That's a great point. From a scheme-wise, every coach has got an identity that they come into a season with. We know what Jeff Levy was leaving Ole Miss a year ago. I don't know that he's got what he had at Ole Miss at the quarterback spots.
First-round quarterback at Ole Miss.
I mean, he's going to have to change his identity quite a bit, and it's going to have to happen right now. I think they've got the horses up front to do so. I think they can stop the bleeding on the offense, which in turn will stop some of the bleeding on the defense.
Oh, you missed it.
But it's going to be a work in progress. A lot of changes got to be made on the defensive end. I feel like Venables and Ted Roof are very much in a situation where they've got some personnel issues. They've got some youth issues.
Yep.
There's a lot of different things that they're going to have to deal with on that side. I don't know that the defense is going to get any better this year. Like, that's just the reality of it. They'll get better with experience.
I think it'll
but
get
as far
better
as
it, it's not going to be a week-to-week get better because I don't think we have the guys in place to do what they want to do yet. I think, like, each quarter of the season, you'll see progression. Like, it's that type. That's kind of where we're at. It's not a week-to-week. It's like every 3 to 4 games, you'll see something that gets better.
If they're earning their paychecks, they'll get better.
Yeah,
right. That's the thing. They have no choice but to get better from here.
Get better, so to speak, overall. But I mean, I don't think you'll see like that was a really great performance by this group. I think they're gonna have to put together an all around. Somebody's gonna have to make a stop at some point type of performance.
Wow. Belleville with the moonshot there falls incomplete. Well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you guys so much for joining us on the live stream. We've had a ton of great comments. A bunch of people hopped in here today. We really enjoyed this. Is going to be something we do throughout the football season, really throughout the year. There's going to be moments where we do Game Day Live. Big thank you to Mr. Wes Sims. Big thank you to Mark Rogers. You killed it today. You were great this morning on the television. Sorry for the Sooner fans in the chat that it didn't go your way, but look, we'll be with you every step of the way for the remainder of the season. It's going to be a wild ride. Up next, we got the Oklahoma State Cowboys and the Baylor Bears. I'd like Baylor to win this one. Unfortunately, I'm picking with my head and not my heart. It's up to Spencer Sanders and crew to really, I think that he's going to be the X factor here. Gundy and Sanders. Did Gundy come up with a plan in the last 2 weeks, and can Sanders executed at a Heisman level? I think that's the only way that team wins in Waco.
Yep. I think the bigger challenge is on the defense, not Spencer Sanders. I expect him to be good today. I think the defense is up for a big task to try to defend Baylor's play action game.
How has Sanders been with turnovers this year.
Oh, he's
Only
been
one.
fantastic. Yeah,
Better.
that dude's playing. I mean,
Is he a senior, a junior? I mean,
he's
been playing a long time.
he's got another year, and this is his 5th year.
Be a 6th year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Senior.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I expect him to progress eventually at some point. This has got to be the year, right? I mean,
No,
he
he-
had a great year last year. He's
He was
looking good.
I think he'll be good enough today. All right, we got to throw it to the post game show.
we're gonna throw it to
Enjoyed
the post game
Thanks to
show.
Okie
Thanks, guys. We
and Jim
appreciate
Fields,
it.
Everybody here.
We're out of here.